All right, guys. Hell yeah, we're here. We're live for SmackDown, the final one before WrestleMania. It should be good. And as we're looking at Netflix right now, the show is about to begin. I hope everybody's tuned in, everybody's watching. It's gotta be an interesting SmackDown. You know, they made no mention of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal until today. So finally, we know that the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is not going anywhere, at least this year. It is happening. It is taking place tonight on SmackDown. Also, John Cena is going to be making an appearance finally, to build up his match. And there's going to be more, so let's see how this goes down. But good to see everybody. Welcome. We got Matt Pro Smoke. Good to see you. They say, I'm so hyped. I love that. We got Ricky. We got Clay. We got my bro, Andy, in the house. Great to see you, Andy. Welcome. And as you can see right now on Netflix, look at that. Beautiful view of the City of Sins, Las Vegas, and the Allegiant Stadium right here. So, interestingly, I thought that, okay, WrestleMania, the tickets are so expensive, it's probably going to bring in a lot of money to Las Vegas and stuff. But according to reports, and I shared this on Instagram, a few hours ago, according to reports right now, WrestleMania is going to do good business, but it's going to be no match to Super Bowl or... Wait a second. Look at a very different Cody Rhodes over here. That's interesting. Look at Cody Rhodes right there with the glasses and everything. Interesting. Okay. And he's sitting down to do some signings, it seems. All right. Cody Rhodes and John Cena got to be going face-to-face later on tonight. So that's that. And we are here with Motor City Machine Gun. They are also coming out as we speak. Good to see you, Andy, once again. Much love to you. So, as I said, we got Motor City Machine Guns versus Street Profits. That's going to be taking place tonight for the WWE Tag Team Championship. So that's going to be an interesting match. And as we already know, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is going to take place. But who is pulling up right now in a Cadillac? Let's take a look. Wait a second. And Solo Sikoa right here, pulling up in a Cadillac. Wonder what that entails, but Solo and Tama, they're coming out. Wait a second. Tama, once again, opening up his car. What is he? Wait a second. And Tama Tonga right now, attacked by LA Knight. And LA Knight now slamming the door of his car right on Tama's arm right there. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. Wow. But I guess he had to do it to even the odds. He's going up against Jacob Fatu, and he doesn't want any interferences, I guess. So that's that. My brother Andy in the house. My brother Andrew Nautic in the house as well. Great to see you, brother. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Street Profits should win, says Andy. Let's see, brother. I mean, the match is going to take place on SmackDown, so that's that. But wait a second. Okay, I wasn't expecting this guy to start off SmackDown. We got the revolutionary Seth Rollins, who's starting off the show here. I wasn't quite expecting that, but Seth Rollins is indeed here, and he is indeed kicking off the action. Wasn't expecting that at all, so that's quite interesting. That is interesting. Look at that. Seth Rollins in the house, and he is kicking off the action. Quite nice. Look at that. And he's looking good as well. Look at the jacket. Look at the glasses. All of that swagger. Pretty cool. Okay. And he says Street Profits should have defended their belts against Motor City Machine Guns. I know. It's kind of a bummer. I'm pretty sure it's a bummer for the champions as well. That you're so close to WrestleMania, but you're still not making it. You're the champions, but you're still not making it to WrestleMania. It's got to be a little bit of a bummer, without a doubt. I agree with that totally. By the way, anybody watching the Hall of Fame tonight? So the Hall of Fame is interesting because, the past couple of years, we have been kind of used to getting the Hall of Fame immediately following SmackDown. Same building, same arena. They just change the layout a little bit. They just stack up some chairs on the stage and whatnot. But this time around, it's a little different. They are having the Hall of Fame in a separate building, separate venue, and there's an hour of a gap. So Hall of Fame and SmackDown, it's got to be an hour away when SmackDown goes off the air. 1 hour later, that's got to be 1 p.m. EST, interestingly. They expect people to stay up so late, even in America. But it's got to go up at 1 p.m. EST. Wow, look at that. Seth Rollins, by the way. Looking good, looking confident. Okay, he's feeling it. He's feeling it. Good to see everybody once again. Much love. By the way, the fans singing along to Seth Rollins' music. Yeah, Seth Rollins is feeling it for sure. Look at that. Yeah, and definitely we're going to be watching NXT Stand and Deliver. I hope that you're going to join us. I think we're going to have fun. You know, you cannot miss any of the WrestleMania weekend events, so definitely going to be there for Stand and Deliver. Hell yeah. And Seth Rollins now looking at the sign, the beautiful WrestleMania 41 sign, as he starts his promo. CM Punk chants echoing across the arena. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's burned right there. Seth Rollins sits down in the middle of the ring right there in that CM Punk pose. A pose we all know well, far too well. Look at that. That's interesting. Is he cutting a pipe bomb promo right now?
We'll get to the OTC in just a minute, but I'd like to start with that guy whose name you were chanting first.
Wow. That's interesting.
That's the reason he came back to wrestling, right? Because all of you chanted his name for 10 long years. That's why he came back.
Yeah, CM Punk's Seth Rollins is upset that CM Punk came back to wrestling. Basically, look at that. You're kind of scolding the fans right now that you're the reason why he came back because you guys wouldn't stop chanting his name.
So, did he come back because you guys were chanting his name? Or did he come back because somebody wrote him a big, fat check?
Good to see everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you.
Every other bridge, he did finally come back to WWE after 10 long years. And was it because you guys chanted his name? No. It was because they wrote him another big, fat check.
Well, is Seth Rollins not spinning the trick right now? He says CM Punk didn't come back because you guys chant his name. He came back because they wrote him a big fat paycheck. And I guess he's right, You cannot deny that. You cannot deny that. A man's gotta eat.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Well, he's not. He's not.
CM Punk loves to pretend that he came back for all of you. CM Punk doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about WWE. He's a liar. He's a fraud. He's a coward. Say what you will about Roman Reigns, Mr. OTC. The OTC, he doesn't even pretend to care about you guys. He doesn't even pretend to care about WWE, and you can believe that.
Well, he's not really wrong, actually.
Only cares about the OTC. Roman Reigns is in the Roman Reigns business. He's Mr. Private Jet, Mr. Limited Schedule, Mr. Handpicked Opponent. Roman Reigns
definitely annoying the crap out of Seth Rollins right now as we speak.
Roman Reigns knows nothing about sacrifice. CM Punk knows nothing.
Ricky, welcome. Good to see you. My brother Burman in the house. Welcome. Great to see you. We got True in the house. Great to see you, True. Welcome. Now, not sleeping. You know, it's not WrestleMania yet, so I'm awake. We'll sleep when it's Mania. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, it's Seth Rollins right here. He's cutting a little promo, a CM Punk kind of promo, trying to spit some facts. Look at that.
That's the truth. Paul Heyman brought myself, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose into WWE to be a shield for CM Punk. And every single night, I sacrificed everything I had in this ring to be that shield. And did I get any of the credit? Absolutely not. Because everybody in the back wanted the cameras and the spotlight on Roman Reigns. It was always about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is going to be the next John Cena. Roman Reigns is going to be the next cash cow for WWE. Look at Roman Reigns. Put the spotlight on Roman Reigns. And every single year, this went along. And in the background, after seeing
I like how he's explaining the real story behind this match, like one day before the match. I like that. Great to see everybody once again. This weekend is going to be long, 2 days, absolutely.
I was making every show. I was in the ring every night, sacrificing everything that I had. And it all came to a
That's right. Tonight is the Hall of Fame, so 1 p.m. EST, so 1 hour after SmackDown goes off the air is when Hall of Fame is gonna be airing, so that's interesting. And tomorrow we got Stand and Deliver. Absolutely, we're gonna be here for Stand and Deliver, so can't wait to watch it. I think it's gonna be great. It could be better than WrestleMania, I don't know, but it should be good. It should be interesting, especially that ladder match. Yeah, Stand and Deliver is gonna be a good pay-per-view, and we're gonna be here to watch it. Oh, Rollins does not look happy at all.
This story between us started 12 years ago when Paul Heyman brought myself and Roman into WWE.
I know, Andy. It's quite interesting. Should I say brave of WWE to actually do a Hall of Fame at 1 a.m. EST? I think that's quite brave.
And I promise you, I will do exactly what I have done for the past 12 years. I will lay it all on the line. I will sacrifice
Okay, Rollins.
everything that I have to make sure that this business, this company, this industry moves forward.
Okay, Rollins. He's angry. You can tell he's angry.
That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
And Seth Rollins right there dropping that's not a prediction. It's a spoiler line from Paul Heyman before he ends his promo. With that being said, it's enough talk here for Seth Rollins. He's done. He's out of here. It's going to be the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. And of course, Paul Heyman. Where does he stand here in the main event? He's going to walk into the main event with CM Punk, but who is he going to walk out with? That's the main question. But yeah, with that being said, some strong points raised over here by Seth Rollins, hyping up tomorrow's match. Let's see how this turns out to be. But meanwhile, WrestleMania kickoff was earlier today, and lots of people actually talking about the fact that when Jey Uso showed up, he wasn't eating. Fans were eating. He still came out in a black hoodie. He was looking down. He was looking angry. He was not eating. He did not eat, not even once. So a lot of people actually talking about the fact that what is the possibility of Jey Uso turning heel? What is the possibility of him selling his soul? What is the possibility of him choosing the dark side over the yeet side? So lots of talks, conversations going on in that direction. But let me know, what do you think? Do you believe that Jey Uso could be turning heel? Let me know. And we've got Andy saying, "Nice choice, Ricky. I would like to see Thea heel. Thea heel is always great. I'm hearing this is all week, 1 hour early due to Hall of Fame tonight. Wait. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's right, Ricky. So basically, SmackDown, when it ends, 1 hour later, it's got to be Hall of Fame because they're in two different buildings, which I like. I feel like there should be some respect put to the Hall of Fame ceremony. Earlier, it used to be a totally different day, totally different. It was not combined with SmackDown, right? I believe it used to be Saturday. Or actually a totally different day. I can't even recall. I think Hall of Fame was a different day altogether, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was a different day altogether. But they tried to combine it this time, for the past few years. They'd been combining it with SmackDown. I was never a fan because, combining Hall of Fame with SmackDown, I felt like diminished the Hall of Fame's importance. And I didn't really find it super respectful to the people who were entering the class. So I'm glad that this time around, at least it's a different venue. So when people arrive there to the venue, the wrestlers, they'll arrive all suited up, all freshened up and everything. They're not going to be like sweating and stuff after their matches and everything. So I'm glad that it's a different venue. We've got Andrew saying, Paul walks out with Brock Lesnar. I know, brother, but, it seems like that's not going to be happening with Brock Lesnar. He seems like he's in a real fix, and I don't know if he's going to come back to wrestling right now. I seriously doubt it because, it's been like 2 years since we've seen him wrestling in the WWE, and with time, Brock Lesnar is not growing younger. He's growing older, and, who knows, maybe his drive to wrestle is also kind of going away. As we know, with money, you can never say no. And if they offer him the right amount of money in the future, he could come back, but you just never know what's going on through the mind of Brock Lesnar. As right now, if you look at Brock Lesnar on social media, on Google, the only thing you're actually going to be reading about is Brock Lesnar's daughter, Maya Lesnar, who's actually doing pretty well in her own career. But, you wouldn't read much about Brock Lesnar and his own personal, endeavors and stuff. So I feel like he could be stepping into the shadows maybe a little bit. But right now, at this point, I doubt Brock Lesnar coming back. It seems like a hard one. But, would love to see him back if he does come back, though. Let's see. Ricky says, then tape SmackDown tonight was after SmackDown Hall of Fame start. Yeah, that's right. The Hall of Fame would be the night of WrestleMania. One night before WrestleMania, right? One night, I think. But, yeah, that's right, because WrestleMania used to be one night only, but now it's 2 night. So yeah, it's a different world now, I guess. Brock has been dealing with court situation as well, says Randy. Yep, that's right, brother. That's right. And SmackDown used to be taped. So from what I recall, Friday used to be the Hall of Fame, and Saturday used to be NXT, and then it used to be, of course, WrestleMania Sunday. But now it's a different world. We got 2 WrestleManias, 2 nights of WrestleManias and whatnot. So that's wait a second. Guys, it looks like it's time. It's time for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I've been waiting for this one. I wonder who's going to win, guys. Do you think? Is there anybody who comes to your mind? What if we get like Aleister Black or somebody showing up tonight? Wow. Okay. Look who's here, guys. All right, so Ray Phoenix kicking things off over here already, and he could be my pick, you know, I'm not gonna lie, he could be my pick to win this one. After all, you know, he gets his own entrance. So anybody who gets his own entrance in this match especially, you know, kind of my pick already, so what can I say? But let's see. You know, even though this match is kind of like not so important, I'm still kind of glad that it's happening because it has its own place in my heart, I feel. So, yeah, I'm still kind of glad that this match is at least taking place and they didn't totally forget about it, you know? I'm glad. I'm glad, yeah. All right. But let's see. It is time for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, guys. It is time. And my bet is Ray Phoenix. I think it's going to be Ray Phoenix. We got my brother Andrew saying Rusev. Now, it seems like they're kind of trying to save Rusev for WrestleMania. Lots of people predicting that Rusev's got to be the mystery opponent of Randy Orton at WrestleMania. So, let's see. We got Andy saying, AJ, they need to stop doing the Battle Royal. I know, but, you know, I mean, I thought they were going to do away with the Battle Royal this year because they really did not mention it, brother, until today, I feel. So, yeah, I thought they were going to do away with it, like they were going to just completely forget about it. But, you know, it's happening. And I feel like instead of just, like, getting rid of it, maybe they should make it a little bit more important. Like, there should be a reward bigger than just the trophy when you win the Battle Royal, I feel. But let's see. Raw after Mania. Raw after Mania says True says Rusev has got to return. Raw after Mania. Interesting. What do you think about CJ Perry, Lana? Apparently, there's a report going on that she signed a Legends deal, which makes little sense to me. Like, why Legends deal? But there's a report like that going around. Wait a second. We got Shinsuke Nakamura coming out right now. It's hard to make out who is he, but it's Shinsuke. It's Shinsuke. Trust me. Yeah. Looks like a Mortal Kombat character right now. Since they keep doing this Battle Royal, they should say the winner of the... Exactly. A shot at the title. You know, since they're doing it before WrestleMania, maybe you win the Battle Royal and that's like your last minute ticket to WrestleMania. You know, like Jack Dawson. He won the gamble or whatever he was doing. Yeah, he won at gambling, right, at the cards game, and he won a ticket to the Titanic last minute. Similarly, if you win the Battle Royal, you get a last minute ticket to WrestleMania. I think that's a good one. Yeah. I think so. Andy says Rusev and CJ Perry are back together. Yeah, and, you know, it kind of... I don't know if it's just me. It's probably just me. But it's kind of weird that for the longest time, there were... Oh, wait a second. So only two... Okay. Sorry, I just got... Yeah, carried away. Look at that, guys. It's a mess right now in the ring. Okay, so let me get this straight. We got only two entrances. One was for Ray Phoenix. One was for... Shinsuke Nakamura, and everybody else was already in the ring. That's funny. I wasn't expecting that, but here we are. We got R-Truth and Carlito having a little moment over here. R-Truth takes a bite of the apple. Carlito isn't too happy. He hits R-Truth from behind, and now R-Truth. Wow, the first elimination of the night, courtesy of R-Truth. He takes another bite of the apple, throws the apple at Carlito, and R-Truth on fire. If he eliminates Carmelo Hayes, I'm done. All right, R-Truth and Carmelo right now on the apron, and Ludwig Kaiser, thanks for that, with a big boot to the face of R-Truth. I'm sorry, not Ludwig, that was the Miz. Miz with a boot to the face to R-Truth, knocking him off the apron. Right behind the Miz is Karrion Kross. Karrion, before you start hitting the Miz or starting a feud with him, you gotta go get a haircut and get a haircut like the Miz, you know, because that's what you do, Karrion. All right, the Miz there with those shots to the ribs of Karrion Kross. Man, I despise Karrion so much. And now we got Carmelo and The Miz, some kind of a partnership going on, it seems. Interesting. We got Ludwig. We got, is that Chad Gable? We got we got Chad Gable in this match right now. Wow. This goes on to prove that La Grande Americano and Chad Gable are two different people, guys. I mean, not even the same. I mean, why would Chad Gable be in this match, right? He already has a WrestleMania match. But no, it's not him. It's La Grande Americano. And here we are, Rey Fenix now looking to take out. That was a nice uppercut. Angel Garza eliminated Humberto, eliminated Santos Escobar. Does not look happy at all. And we got Crew saying, I meant take Miro to want to leave WWE again. Who cares about the political gang banging? The Republican and the Democratic parties are trash. Wait, what's going on here? I heard Roman supports Trump and some people want to boo him for... Look, Money Badger, great question, by the way. Great to see you. And I agree with True. You know, I feel like politics is a very personal thing right now. And there used to be a time when it used to be something like super, what do I say, taboo to say that you support Trump, right? But I'm glad that we have now reached a stage where it's not taboo and, you know, people are comfortable supporting whoever they want to support. And similarly, it used to be taboo back in the day saying that, oh, I'm an AEW fan or I'm a WWE fan. And I feel like we've also crossed that boundary, and now people can say, oh, I watch AEW or WWE, and that's how it should be, right? It should not be taboo to speak about what you support or who you support. So I'm glad that Roman Reigns, you know, he wasn't held back by the stigma of being a Trump fan, and you know, he does him, and you know, if he likes Trump, I'm sure he has his own you know, reasons, and I respect that. I feel like people should respect each other's opinions. You know, it's if everybody started thinking or acting in a similar fashion, you know, that would make us sheep. And if you think different, if you have your own personality, you'll think different, and it's okay. You know, so I respect him for that, and I got no problems with it. You know, right behind me you see over here, I got two books, one Trump, one Obama. So, you know, it's like you got two different visions, and it's you should be open to learning about both the visions, and then you choose your side, I guess. So that's what I feel. But great stuff here, guys. And here we are, by the way, still very crowded in the ring. After quite a few eliminations, it's still quite crowded. We got True over here saying, I need R-Truth to stop being the clown of WWE and be... Exactly, brother. Exactly. You know, one more title run for R-Truth, I feel. It should happen. And people love R-Truth, the clown, right? The guy who makes everybody laugh. But he's so much more than that, right? He's a serious rapper. Yeah, he's a great wrestler. He's been around for decades. Definitely, I agree with that. Totally. And let's see. Andy also agrees Carmelo will rejoin. Brother, what do I even say? He should, he must, because look at Carmelo. He's already out, right? He's already eliminated. And, you know, Carmelo is such a great talent. And he's being wasted at these matches right now. I mean, it's a waste of talent, and I hope that he actually joins forces with Trick Williams, because, you know, it must happen. Together, they were a mixture, a combination like no other. Separately, I don't quite know. Oh my goodness, knee to the face of Otis, by the way. Look at that. Big knee. Now the Creed brothers taken out by Otis. Wow. And Otis running over, and that's oh my goodness. I don't even know if that was meant to happen or not, but Otis with a double clothesline to both the Creed brothers, knocking them both out of the ring. But in that same attempt, he also knocks himself over the top rope, which means that the Creed brothers and Otis have been eliminated from this match all at the same time. And True says Gable will not be at Mania. Exactly. This match kind of proves it, right? I mean, you know, he's not La Grande Americano. This match proves it. If he was, he wouldn't want to be in this match right now. It's true. AJ, you hear about the comment from Nick Khan about AEW? I did. I thought that was a very sly comment to make, a little bit arrogant. And I feel like if you're doing well, if you're succeeding, it's cool. But you shouldn't take shots like that. And I feel like he took a very hard shot at AEW and Tony Khan by making that comment in the mainstream media. That too, so that kind of hurts, right? But Nick Khan, he said that lots of wrestlers, good wrestlers, are under contract with AEW. Without naming AEW, right? He said that they're under contract in a different company. But once those contracts are over, many of those people are going to be jumping over and are going to be joining the WWE. So I feel like obviously, the targets are Mariah May and many more. So he didn't stop there either. He says, but I've got respect for the father. He says, I got respect for the father. So obviously taking a shot at Tony Khan, basically, telling the world that it's not Tony who's behind it. It's not Tony who's funding it. It's his father. So it's his daddy's money. He said, I respect the father who's funding it, and he's got other businesses like the Jaguars and a few others. So obviously that was a very sly comment. Not a kind of comment that I feel goes well, anyway. What do I say? It's definitely going to make WWE supporters laugh, but it's a little cocky. It comes across as cocky, and I'm pretty sure that Tony Khan's not going to be very happy to read that. And by the way, Rey Fenix eliminates Karrion Kross, and I like that. When Tony Khan spoke about Nick first, really? Okay. I must have missed that commentary. I'll have to look it up. What did Tony Khan say about Nick now? Interesting. Rey Fenix, by the way, with a boot to the face of Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke goes down. Well, if he made a comment about Nick first, then he deserved, I guess, it. So, and by the way, wow, look at that. Shinsuke with a crazy boot to the face of Rey Fenix, literally knocking his head off. Wow. Was not expecting that. Wow, look at that, Ludwig Kaiser. Actually, guys, I know Ludwig Kaiser is in trouble right now. He's getting his ass beat by Pete Dunne. But I would like to see Ludwig Kaiser win this match. Ludwig Kaiser is a talent. He's a pure, raw talent. And if he wins, I'd be glad. But Pete Dunne makes it less than likely for it to happen. Look at that, Pete Dunne right now just torturing Ludwig Kaiser. The Miz is still on in this match, by the way. He's still going on. Yeah, Natty looked good at Bloodsport. Oh my God, there goes my dream. Ludwig Kaiser has been eliminated. He's out of the match already. We got Ricky saying, Spectic short. Triple H was taking short to the internet and all over the podcast. They're hating Triple H's booking, really. Well, Triple H did take a big shot at the internet wrestling community. He said internet is not real. The fans online, their opinion is not real, because what's real is the reaction that we get. Basically, he said the reaction and the tweets and everything, the criticism online, we don't take that into account. We only take into account what we hear and what we see live at these venues. So that was Triple H's comment right there online. What do you think about it? So he's using an online platform. He's on a podcast, which basically, is distributed online. He's on an online platform, and he says that online world, the digital world, the internet is not real. So a little hypocrisy right there, I feel. A little hypocrisy, but what can you do? Carmelo Hayes, by the way, is still on in this match. He's still here. I like that. He's still here. And Andrew says, Ludwig wins every day when he goes home. You're right. You're right. Undeniably true. Big ass chop right there from Carmelo Hayes to Andrade. You know, obviously Andrade, Charlotte on the same roster. I was thinking that if Rusev jumps ship and he comes over to WWE with Lana, I really wonder how would it be, because you know, for months and months and months there was this rumor going around, and it seems like there was also some truth to it. We will never know, I guess. But by the way, Shinsuke Nakamura has been eliminated right there by Andrade. But you know, there was a rumor going around that Lana was dating Damian Priest. And now Lana, if she's in WWE with Rusev and Damian in the same, isn't it gonna be awkward? I mean, there's got to be some level of awkwardness, I feel. But here we are. Look at that Andrade. Wait a second. Andrade and Carmelo Hayes both just hanging. They're hanging from the top rope, and they both roll back into the ring. Early celebration over here. Yeah, I agree with that, True. I totally do, yeah. And Ray Phoenix still going on, still going strong. Yeah. Is Ray Phoenix really gonna win? If he wins, it's gonna be the most predictable outcome, right? Okay, Carmelo Hayes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he's gonna win, right? Like, he's in the final three. It's him, Carmelo, and Andrade. Yeah, Ray Phoenix is winning. Brother, this is gonna... Oh, my goodness. La Grande Americana over here screws over Ray Phoenix. You gotta love that. You have to love it. Gracias. Gracias. Hell yeah. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. What can I say except gracias? This is great. This is great. Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I gotta say it. Gracias, La Grande Americano. That was great. And Carmelo and Andrade, it comes down to these two. I'm happy. I'm not even sure why, but I'm really happy to see the outcome of the match. That was great. We got True saying, Ludwig plays with plastic every night. That's funny. Is it BPA free, though? I don't know who wins this match, says Ricky. Well, I hope it's Carmelo, because nobody needs it more than Carmelo right now, right? I mean, if it gives him a little bit of a push, a little bit of recognition, yeah, he needs it. He needs every bit of it, so why not? Carmelo, I hope you win. By the way, clothesline here from Andrade. Does not... Double clothesline over here, by the way, from both Carmelo and Andrade same time. And Carmelo looking to finish this early, sending Andrade over. Oh. Both guys, both men are down right now. What a match. What a match. Actually, not a bad battle royal at all. It just got better after Ray Phoenix's elimination. It just got better. I like it so far. I like it. Andrade should win it, says Andy. Really? You think it's going to be Andrade? Okay, Andy. Melo got to shoot his shot. Well, I hope so. I hope so. You know, he should. He should. He should. But I really hope, you know, somebody mentioned it earlier. Well, who was it? I think it was Andy. But I hope that Trick Williams makes it to the main roster sooner than later, and he joins forces with Carmella, because together they're magic. Together they're great. Andrade looking confident. Carmelo. Beautiful suplex here to Andrade. An Irish whip. Springboard. He was going to go for the springboard, but Andrade, holy crap! And Carmelo Hayes is victorious. I love this. I love this. This is great. I love it. The guy has won. Carmelo Hayes is victorious. He has won the Battle Royal. Well deserved. I've got to say, well deserved. This is going to help him. Even if a little bit, it's going to help him, right? Gain some recognition. I like it. I like it. I want to take a look. 1 second. All right. So him has clearly won the match. I like that. And the Miz looks really happy. I'm not sure why exactly, but he looks really happy for the guy. It's great. There you go. It looks like they're arguing, but they're actually not. They're actually happy for each other. Good stuff. Carmelo Hayes is the winner and the Honor of the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. I want to take a very quick look at the list of people who have won this Battle Royal so far and just see how they're doing right now. So if we go back to the first ever Battle Royal, it took place in 2014, WrestleMania 30. So it's crazy to think, but it's been 11 years since this Battle Royal has been going on. The first Battle Royal was won by Cesaro, which we already know he's not in the company right now. The second one, for some reason, was won by The Big Show, not with the company at the moment. The third one was won by Baron Corbin, not with the company at the moment. The fourth one was won by Mojo Rawley, not with the company at the moment either. This is getting interesting. And it's getting better by the minute. The fifth one was won by Matt Hardy, not with the company at the moment. The sixth one was won by Braun Strowman. He is back with the company, not doing too well, but he's back with the company, so that's that. The seventh one was won by Jey Uso. Neat. The eighth one, Madcap Moss, not with the company at the moment. Ninth, Bobby Lashley, not with the company once again at the moment. Bronson Reed, and the latest, Carmelo Hayes. So it's interesting, but if you look at the entire list, right, you got how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 out of 11. There's only 3 winners. 3 winners of this Battle Royal who are still with the company, including Carmelo Hayes, the latest winner. And 8 of them are not with the company right now, which is interesting. I like that. I like that. And, okay, let's see. We got Ricky saying, Melo pushes too over and too late. I still hope that it happens because Carmelo is a pure raw talent. Was fantastic in NXT. I was really wondering what happened main roster. He's like nowhere. So I'm glad that he got this victory here tonight. I hope that it doesn't stop here. It keeps going forward. We got Trick will be called up after Stand and Deliver. I hope so, Andy, brother. We got Ricky saying, I agree, AJ, but I worry Trick is going to get lost on the main roster. Look, brother, I kind of agree with you, but if Yeet can help Jey Uso pick up the victory, then I'm pretty sure that Whoop That Trick is definitely going to help, Trick Williams as well on the main roster, because Whoop That Trick is much better than Yeet any time of the day, I feel. Now, but I feel like Trick Williams is good. I like the guy a lot. I feel like he's talented. He's got that swagger. He's classy. I like him. He's great in the ring as well, so I actually am excited to see Trick Williams a lot on the main roster. I don't want to see Trick get called up tomorrow. I think Trick is going to lead for... Oh, wow. Okay, Ricky thinks that Ricky is not excited about the idea of Trick Williams on the main roster, so let's see how that goes. Miz and Melo are allies, is true. That's right. You win this match, that means you get released for in a few years. I'm praying for Melo, says Ricky. I like that. I like that. Okay. Oh, a little sit-down interview here with Charlotte Flair.
Even been sent home from an arena by management,
Not the first
which
time.
then returned and attacked Tiffany once again. Tell us why things have got so ugly between the two of you.
I don't love it. We've moved past it. I have a chip on my shoulder, and if I really look deep into Tiffany, I think she's got a chip on her shoulder. Like I said, I don't love it, but now people are really invested in this WrestleMania match, and is that people tune in to see Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. They're going to tune in to see Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton on the biggest stage.
That's what it's all about, right? To sell the tickets.
Up there, but people are invested, and I think at the end of the day, that's what this business is about. Sometimes it can be insensitive, but that's how you get tough skin. That's how you make it.
Well, the wait is over. The heated
So this is not a very popular opinion, but everybody's been talking about how that promo, the promo that kind of made this match exciting, was unscripted, and it was all too real, right? I feel like it was not unscripted. I felt like it was part of the plan, and it was a part of the plan to brand it as an unscripted promo, just so that people could start talking about it and get all excited about this match. I don't think that it was an unscripted promo. I really don't think so. But I feel like that's only me, because I see nobody else talking about it. But I've been saying this from the beginning, that it was not an unscripted promo. It was very much part of the plan to make it seem like it was unscripted. And that's it, because that's the only thing that makes this match interesting, right? And worth talking. Tonight is going to be LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa on WrestleMania SmackDown. And, of course, LA Knight got to be taking on Jacob Fatu, defending his title. And I feel like he's dropping it. I really do feel like LA Knight is going to drop the championship to Jacob Fatu. I don't see Jacob Fatu walking out without the title at WrestleMania. We got Andy saying, too skinny Ashley Flair, Charlotte Flair. Tiffany better be the winner at WrestleMania. I got my doubts, Andy. I have a feeling it's going to be Charlotte who's going to win the match. I think so. That promo sucked a few weeks ago on SmackDown. Ricky, not a fan. Okay, all right. So we got a little bit of a promo going on. I'm sorry, commercial going on right now, which makes me feel. Let's take a look at the WrestleMania Night 1 card, right? Let's take a look at it real quick. All right, commercial time. It is commercial time indeed. Getting a few commercials here. So, yeah, let's take a look at the Night 1 card. Obviously, being main evented by these three individuals, Roman, Seth, and Punk. So first we got the War Raiders versus New Day. I'm not sure how many of you are excited about this match. I've never been a big fan of tag team wrestling, so not my, list of matches that I'm very excited about. But still, I think it's got to be the New Day. I think the New Day's got to pick a victory. Just a wild guess. Let me know what do you think about this one. Not my kind of match, though. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. I believe it's got to be Rey Mysterio. There's no reason for El Grande to win this match. No reason for that to happen, right? I mean, I don't see this El Grande gimmick going past WrestleMania. It's gotta be Rey. Rey has to win this match, I feel. But let me know. Belt is bigger than Charlotte right now, says True, and I agree. I totally agree. In both senses, right? In both senses. And Jade Cargill, Naomi, what are the matches I am looking forward to, actually? This match, I have a feeling it's got to be Naomi. I think so. I mean, it's a wild guess, but I think it's got to be Naomi. And look at that website, also says Naomi, Ellen, and I, Jacob Fatu. I think right off the bat, it's got to be Jacob. There's no reason for Jacob to not win this match, so Jacob's got to win. Wow, and this website, right, this says Jacob Fatu is going to win by DQ, keeping the belt on. I don't know why that would happen. A DQ finish at WrestleMania is almost illegal. Should never happen, so no. Tiffany and Charlotte. Charlotte's going to win. Even True said it. So there's no doubt in my mind that Charlotte's going to win the match. Gunther and Jey Uso. I'd like to see Jey Uso win this match, but I feel like they have invested far too much in Gunther for him to, because if Gunther loses this match, let's talk about it, right? It's gonna hit him like a ton of bricks. Gunther dropping the title to Jey Uso at WrestleMania, it's almost gonna be like the downfall of Jinder Mahal. I think the way Jinder Mahal went down, Gunther's gonna go down the same way if he drops to Jey Uso, I feel. So I don't think, for Gunther's own sake, I think that Gunther's gonna win. I think he should win. We got New Day needs to win, says True. I totally agree with that. Naomi should win. Brother True, so far, our predictions actually matching. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. This one, I don't even know. I think I'm going to go with True here. I think I'm going to go with Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins wins this match. But let me know your predictions, your picks, as we are now back from the commercial break. Hello, David. Welcome, my brother. You know, I find it quite interesting, Andy, that Ric Flair, still to this date, he doesn't like the idea that John Cena would break his record. He doesn't like it. You know, he still wants Charlotte to break it, not John. I don't understand. I'm not sure if he's like working or shooting when he says that, but I think he means it. But I do find it a little bit odd because, you know, Alex, you'd expect him to be a little bit classy about it, right? But he's really not. Anyways, Rhea Ripley is looking good, guys. She is looking good as she makes her way out right now. Look at that. You can't deny it. She looks fantastic. And for those of you who are not watching it on Netflix right now, I'll just show you how she looks great tonight. Look at that. Walter can drop it and get it back at Backlash. I mean, he could, but dropping it to Jey Uso at WrestleMania, I don't know. I don't know how bad that would be. Is he going to be able to recover from it? That's the question. Because sometimes, you know, these people, they drop the titles in a very bad way, and they just fall down the ladder real hard, and they just can't get back up. So, you know, pretty sure we have all played the game Snake and Ladders. Sometimes the snake is a bit too long, and if you get bit by the snake, you go all the way down. And I feel like in this case, Jey Uso, if he gets beat by him, he's going to go all the way down. Let's see, the WrestleMania, David. That's right, 1 day away from WrestleMania. We got Ricky saying because Jey Uso keeps losing versus Gunther 4 times, Jey needs to win this match. 100% he does, brother. Because if Jey Uso also loses, I don't know if he gets another opportunity. So that's a good point. Punk might win this match, but Rollins will win Heyman. I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, Punk's first ever WrestleMania main event. It would be nice if he walks away with the win. I think you're right. Actually. It makes a lot of sense. Roman Reigns lost his title to Cody Rhodes because of Seth Rollins, right? Because a deja vu hit him in a bad way and he just got carried away. What if something similar were to happen? The same move, the same situation. He chooses to go after Rollins and not Punk. Punk takes advantage. He wins. And then we start this crazy-ass long feud between Reigns and Rollins. I think you're onto something, True. I like that. Okay. I'd like CM Punk to win and walk away with Heyman. I would like that a lot.
But I could be coming out here right now to talk about the last few weeks. Complain, moan, make excuses, but nah, I'm not gonna
Let's get some water.
talking about the past anymore. Sunday I get back what I want and I do what I have to do. Rhea bloody Ripley is walking out of WrestleMania, your 3-time Women's World Champion.
I'll take it, Rhea. I got no problems with that. Wait, that was the promo? Okay, good. I thought she was just going to walk out of there. Good stuff. Okay. Io shows up. We got True saying, I hope Io retains. Really? Okay. And we got my brother Ricky saying, I know Rhea looking good tonight. I know, Ricky. I was wondering where the big old eyes are. I haven't seen any big old eyes tonight. But yeah, Rhea's looking good. And so is Io, actually. Io looks good. We got Rowan losing lead into the Rock feud. Interesting. Let's see. Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman for the new Shield with another wrestler. Could be an interesting one as well. You know, True said it. Andy said it. Now I really started to think that Seth Rollins will walk out with Heyman. Okay. Io looking good. Ricky indeed. Takara World in the house. Good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, brother. Good to see you. And Bianca Belair shows up. You know, you gotta give it to Bianca. She did not interrupt Io's entrance. She waited for her to get in the ring. Bianca looking good. Look at Bianca here tonight. She looks good. Yeah. Look at that. Bianca looks happy. Great outfit. Sim, I agree with True. I'm gonna see. Oh, you also want to see Io win. Okay. Yeah, the amount of the triple threat matches taking place at WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure if Vince is watching, he's pulling his hair out of his head right now, because we know Vince was never a fan of triple threat matches, especially at WrestleMania. And you know, the amount of multi-man, triple threat, fatal four-ways, yeah, I'm pretty sure Vince is not happy.
So y'all still thought y'all was gonna come on SmackDown, drop my name, and I wasn't gonna show up? No, I was definitely showing up tonight.
I know, I agree, Ricky. Big ol' eyes over here for Bianca. I agree, True. That's what I was talking about. I was wondering where the big ol' eyes have been all night. Yeah, all three of the ladies looking great. But, you know, for me, it's got to be Bianca and Rhea. They look great tonight. Sorry, Io. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I can't believe it either. What is she doing out here? Wow. I was not expecting that. Okay. We got Naomi coming out here right now. I'm not sure who got the caution taped all over Naomi. I don't know if she broke free from something or what, but interesting outfit here tonight. Takara says, my final answer, brother, I don't see Jey Uso beating Gunther at all. I believe if he does, he loses it from Braun Breaker at Clash in Paris. That will be 5 months defending the title, which is nice. Interesting, brother. Actually, I like the sound of Breaker versus Jey Uso as champion. I like it a lot. I like it. Breaker anywhere near the world title, I like it. Good stuff. Wait a second. What is happening here? Wow. We got 5 women sharing the spotlight right now, and this isn't even a Blue Origin flight, you know. Wow. I like that. We got True saying Vince will get over it. Naomi is here. Yeah, that's right. Naomi, the outfit was interesting, but Jade Cargill, she takes the cake. Look at that. She looks great here tonight. Wow. And Naomi trying to blindside Jade Cargill. And now it's a full-on brawl here in the ring. It is Bianca and Rhea, and Naomi and Jade Cargill. And Io, the champion, stands tall. Nobody touching Io Sky tonight. Gotta like that. Jade has been mid, says true. I agree. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I want Naomi to win, you know. Holy crap, look at the beautiful moonsault, by the way, from Io Sky. Did not even miss. That was a great moonsault from the top turnbuckle. Onto Bianca and Rhea Ripley and the security guards. But Io Sky, the champion, stands tall. But does that mean that she's going to go down at WrestleMania? Because as they say, as True says, if you are standing, or if you go up in the go-home show, you're definitely going to go down in the pay-per-view. So let's see what happens. But Io Sky gets the last laugh here tonight. We got Andrew saying Jade does look as ripped as she used to be. Maybe, I don't know about that. She was wearing a full, you know. Wait a second.
To me about WrestleMania, and don't talk to me about El Grande. You don't tell me.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. During the Battle Royal, the mask, you know, the Rey Fenix Dragon Lee mask, I got a little confused. So, I don't know. They feel a little bit similar.
No, wait, I think they're serious. You guys want to fight us? That's a good idea, Ray.
Wow. Interesting. So we could be getting a decent match here tonight, a decent tag team match, 6-man tag team match, right? We got the Luchadors, Rey Fenix, Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, incredible team right there, versus Chad Gable and the Creed brothers. The 6-man tag could be taking place tonight. Rey Mysterio is going to talk to Nick Aldis about it. And we got a C tag team match, right? That's right, Ricky. Glad they caught my wife on her backflip. What? Berman, what are you talking about? Okay. Ricky says he said to Shad, I rip your face. Oh, I see. Your wife. Now it makes sense, Berman. Okay. Yeah, it took me a second. I was like, what is happening? Where did his wife come from? Makes sense. Okay. He said to Shad, I rip your face and knock you out. Yeah, brother. It's going to be interesting. I like the sound of the match. Rey Mysterio and the Luchadors versus Chad Gable and the Creed brothers. But with that being said, the tag team title match is up next. It is MCMG versus the Street Profits, and it's taking place after this commercial break. Yeah. This feels like a fever dream, to be honest. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in just a minute. This really does feel like a fever dream. Okay, 1 second. Streamer, there we go. This does not feel real at all. Do you guys remember this? I feel like this was a fever dream and nothing else. John Cena not only fought Austin Theory at WrestleMania, John Cena lost to Austin Theory at WrestleMania. Cena is the biggest, and again, CM Punk, he stands right? He's got a big mouth, he's a loud talker. Say what you want about Punk, he tells the truth. CM Punk, years ago, he said that John Cena was the biggest yes man of them all. And he's right. John Cena is the biggest yes man. You tell Cena, hey, you're losing to Austin Theory at WrestleMania. He'll say, okay, boss. Yes, boss. You tell Cena, hey, you're turning heel. You're destroying your legacy. All these years of Make-A-Wish, you're just throwing it in the trash. You're turning heel at Mania. You know what he'll say? Yes, boss. And that's basically it. He's the biggest yes man of them all. And this really feels like it was not even real. Cena versus Austin Theory for the U.S. title. Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. Usos with Sammy and Kevin. Becky, it's been forever since we've seen Becky versus Damage Control. Seth versus Logan Paul. Okay. Wow. If I have to continue reading this, I gotta pay a lot of money, so let's forget about it. Okay, interesting. It really doesn't feel real. Much love to you, bro, man. Machine Guns and Profits can't even get a match on Mania. It's sad, right? Sad but true. And we got Broman saying, oh, I remember the Cena and Theory match. I remember as well. I especially remember that entrance. It was a good entrance. Cena had a lot of Make-A-Wish kids on the stage with him, right? They all did the You Can See Me. That was like one of the matches that I actually want to forget about because it was just so sad to see John Cena losing to Austin Theory. And Andy says, true, they were to be on WrestleMania, but they changed their mind, put them on TV. It's a dumb move. I agree, Andy. It is a dumb move. It is real dumb move. Considering, and I've got nothing against War Raiders, but still, considering the fact they got War Raiders on WrestleMania, but not the Street Profits, I don't know. I mean, are the War Raiders more over than the Street Profits? I don't know. I wouldn't think so. I mean, I can't imagine so. I've never been a big fan of the War Raiders. Nothing against them, but I've just never been a big fan. So, it's hard for me to see or imagine the fact that Street Profits are on TV, but the War Raiders are on WrestleMania. Good for them, though. Good for them. Not taking anything away from them. Cena did not care about that match. He said, F the... Yeah, he did say, though. He did say that, yep. Wow. With that being said, commercial break still going on. And tomorrow's, of course, WrestleMania is going to be the first ever on Netflix. And I feel like it's great because last year, as we remember, TKO loves to save money on the stages and everything. And last year, the WrestleMania stage that we got for WrestleMania 40 was one of the worst I've ever seen. I thought that the worst WrestleMania stage was WrestleMania 27 because it was just so lazy. But WrestleMania 40 stage was just so low budget, it was painful. But 41, I'm kind of glad that they went kind of all out for that stage. It also looks good. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen it already. But, I saw that stage. And the first thing that came to my mind was like, wow, I've seen that stage before. I swear I've seen that stage before. And, one second. I'm going to pull up an image. I feel like this was kind of a miniature form of that stage that we've seen previously. And here it is. Look at that. The SummerSlam 2008. Of course, far smaller. Much smaller than the WrestleMania stage. But the concept of it, it's very similar, I feel. Yeah. Very similar concept, I feel. But still, the WrestleMania stage that they've got for 41, it looks good. It does. It does. All right. Ricky says the stage looks nice. It's like the WrestleMania 39 stage. WrestleMania 39 stage. Wait. Am I getting old? What's up with the memory? 39. Oh, yeah, of course. 39, yeah. It was the Austin Theory match. Yeah. It was a good stage. WrestleMania 39 stage was indeed great. Yeah. Fantastic. So it's official. We are getting the 6-man tag team match tonight. It's going to be the Luchadors versus Chad Gable and the Creed brothers. So that's going to be happening tonight. But here we are now with MCMG as they await the arrival of Street Profits in this tag team title match. The Street Profits are out here. How do you not love these guys, right? The swagger of the Street Profits. I know there was a time when they were trying to split them as well. They were trying to separate them, get them on two different brands and whatnot. But I'm glad that they flipped the switch on that and they're back together because, again, some people, they're just meant to be together. They help each other, push each other and support each other. It's great, and I'm glad that the Street Profits are back together because separately it was just not working out. All right. But prediction here, guys. I think the Street Profits, they're going to walk out of this match still champions. It's already terrible that the fact that they're not at WrestleMania, that they're defending those titles on SmackDown. It's already terrible. So, there's no way that they should be dropping the titles tonight. No way. And here we are, MCMG not even waiting for them to finish their entrance, just attacking them during their entrance, just as they were about to enter the ring. And here we are. And the referee rings the bell. The match is underway, officially started. And Montez Ford right now in a bit of a trouble over here. MCMG, of course, have got the upper hand over here. I hate the Profits music, though, bro, man. Yeah, there's a lot of, there was a time when these people came out, I used to turn up the volume and I used to listen and everything. Nowadays, it's like I can't be bothered. Sometimes I just mute it, And here we are, MCMG with the quick tag once again. Montez Ford still in trouble. Again, I'm hoping and praying that Street Profits do not drop the titles tonight. But let me know, what is your pick? Or what do you want to see happening tonight? Do you think that Street Profits are going to drop the titles? Let me know. And Chris now. Montez Ford one step ahead. Beautiful clothesline. Yeah, I like that. I like that. And a tag being made to Angelo Dawkins. Dawkins comes in over here. He comes in hard. Look at that clothesline after clothesline. Angelo Dawkins dominating the match right now. You gotta love what you're seeing at the moment. Beautiful, beautiful. Berman says, yes, I guess they don't want you dancing to their music since they're... That's funny. That is funny. Yeah. That's funny. I still kind of feel, just because you mentioned music and heel, I still kind of feel that John Cena should have changed his music. Yeah, it definitely is a heel move to not give us a new music, not give us a new Tron, not give us new anything, and just stay the same, right? That's a smart move. But I do wish that John Cena gave us a new music. There's apparently, R-Truth has made this claim over and over again that he has recorded a few tracks with John Cena. They're already done, they already recorded, well produced and everything, but they never released them. And he says that one day he might release them, but he has recorded a few tracks with John Cena. I would love to see them. I would love to hear them. You got Andy saying, I don't think Profits will drop them. I would love to see the Guns reclaim the belts, though. Okay, Andy. Well, I like the Profits a lot, so, for that reason, I'm going to be a little bit biased here, and I hope that the Profits retain here tonight. Roman says the Nakamura treatment. The Nakamura treatment, yeah. That's true. Well, for Nakamura, it's not only the music, but also the lights. Like, when Nakamura is coming out, you can't even see him. It's like so dark. It's so dark. When Batista turned heel, everything used to be dark, but the spotlight used to be on Batista. But for Nakamura, he doesn't even get the spotlight. It's like totally dark. And here we are. Angelo Dawkins goes for the cover. And a kick out at 1.5 right there. And Angelo with those punches right there. Look at that. By the way, guys, I'm going to be here live tomorrow for NXT Stand and Deliver. It's going to be a great pay-per-view. Especially excited about the ladder match that's going to be happening. So, yeah, we're going to have fun. So, look forward to seeing you all for Stand and Deliver. It's going to be a good one.
the smoke. Trust me, you don't want the smoke from the street profits.
I had to listen closely to make sure that I was able to hear it right, but the audience, the crowd, so silent right now. Yeah. I guess there's a reason why this match is not taking place at WrestleMania. Listen to the crowd. It's quiet. It's quiet. We got Andy saying Nakamura should join up with his BF Takeshita in AEW. Yeah. Now that will be a good match, to be honest, Andy. Not sure if it'll ever happen or where it'll happen, but it must happen.
Tremendous crowd here at T-Mobile. The final step on the road to WrestleMania with 17,000 have arrived. 2 weeks ago, Motor City Machine Guns defeated DIY to earn this shot.
An attack be made right there. Motor City Machine Guns, one step ahead. There you go. And boot to... Holy crap. Sabin obviously going crazy and turning the tables around. He's taking care of both Angelo as well as Montez Ford. Montez Ford, the legal man right now. And Sabin goes flying. Look at that beautiful drop kick. To Montez Ford. Montez Ford doing a great job selling it, by the way. Super dizzy, super dazed, spinning around the ring in the corner right now. Sabin running over to Montez. Montez tossing him over the top rope. And now Sabin on the apron. Looks like we're looking for a double T move over here. That's right, MGMG with the fatality move to Montez Ford. Goes for the cover. Alex Shelley and a kick out right here. The match still continues. I thought that was going to be it. But MCMG, without a doubt, they've got the upper hand in this match at the moment. All right, Andy, I'll take a look at that. Thanks for that, brother. Thank you. Look at that. Great move once again. Wow. Holy crap. Motor City Machine Guns once again with the double move. Double boot right to the face of Montez Ford. And now we got Angelo Dawkins. Sucker punch to Shelley. And Chris Sabin eats a beautiful super kick right here from Montez Ford. Sabin now off the apron down to the ringside area. Great to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hope you all doing well. Drew says this crowd sucks. That's what I'm talking about, Drew. The crowd is so out of this match right now. I hope that these people... Wait a sec. Is that Austin Theory? Oh, wow. I thought that was... Okay, all right. Ciampa. Is this the worst possible outcome to this match? What a bummer. What an absolute bummer this was. Wow. Gargano and Ciampa right here just walking away, running away with those titles. It's not even theirs to keep, but they're running away claiming that they're some kind of champions. Okay, real tough move, guys. Real tough move. I love this. We got President Chelsea Green with the Secret Service talking to Nick Aldis. She's got some kind of a complaint over here.
You're absolutely right. There was an injustice last week, and it is time to take action. In fact, the three of you were supposed to be in a six-woman tag team match tonight. Forget that. Injustice. Time to take action. Selena gets another match with you one-on-one tonight. Great idea. Thank you, Chelsea. Stand-up champion. Oh, and one more thing. I really have to go. But ladies, Secret Service, it's a singles match. So let's have wrestler singular in that singles match. We don't need Secret Service at ringside. Thank you so much.
Like that, okay. So the six women's tag team match is not going to be taking place here tonight. It's going to be instead Chelsea Gray versus Zelina one-on-one match. Secret Service has been banned from ringside. I like it. And Cody Rhodes, John Cena face-to-face still to come. Most likely going to be closing the show. So that's that. But again, true, great point. You know, the crowd sucks tonight, especially that match. They were totally out of it. So I'm hoping that the same crowd is not going to be there at WrestleMania tomorrow because, wow, if this is a sign of anything, the WrestleMania crowd's going to suck. So hopefully not. Hopefully Las Vegas is going to bring the heat. And I was watching a news video. 1 second. I actually will try to pull it up right now as we speak. We got, yeah, there you go. Hopefully I can pull it up. 1 second. Wow. So basically, the story is such.
The economic impact of WrestleMania 41 is likely not going to light up the scoreboard like we saw with the Formula One race or with the Super Bowl with $884 million and $1 billion respectively. According to Brian Yost, the chief operating officer with the LVCVA, it should still bring in 180,000 WWE fans to Las Vegas with an economic impact in the neighborhood of $215 million. That includes the wrestling here at Allegiant Stadium, as well as other events like the Fan Fest at the Las Vegas Convention Center.
So you heard it right there. That's the story going around right now. That WrestleMania, even though obviously, you know, Las Vegas seems like they're turning up for Mania and it's a big deal. They're drawing in about 180,000 fans to Las Vegas area as well for WrestleMania. But if you talk about the economic impact, it seems like people are not too thrilled about it because, you know, obviously they were comparing it to the big leagues. They were comparing it to the Super Bowl. They were comparing it to the Grand Prix, the F1, Formula One racing. And it's being said that Formula One, it generated about $800 million in revenue for Las Vegas. Similarly, Super Bowl generated about $1 billion for Las Vegas. But seems like WrestleMania is going to be generating about $200 million for Vegas, and it's a big number. But still, when you compare it to the other sports events that taking place in Las Vegas and have been a big deal, or just as big of a deal, WrestleMania's impact is far too less, especially compared to Super Bowl or Grand Prix. So that's what's being talked about in the media and the news, mainstream news right now. So that's that. Still a lot of money. Typically times in WWE, says Andy, yep, you're right about that, brother. True says it's still a lot of money. That's not including the other wrestling events. The tickets are expensive. 100%. The tickets are expensive. I was reading stories that they did recently that if you buy 4 tickets, right, 4 group of friends, you know, family, 4 people go to WrestleMania, the cost, including the traveling, that is, if you stay around Vegas area, the accommodation, the tickets, basically on average for a group of 4, it's gonna cost you about $12,000. Group of 2, about $5,000 to $6,000 easy. Even if a single person is going to Mania, you're still gonna be spending at least $3,000 to $4,000. So it's expensive. You know, wrestling. There was a time I remember because when I was in college, you know. Times were tough. I'm just kidding, but still, you know, when you're in college, you can go for the cheap seats. Sometimes you're going with your friends and stuff. I remember going to wrestling events, you know, Madison Square Garden, I'm talking about. Tickets used to start at $32, including taxes. They used to be $25 plus taxes. And that used to be the cheapest seats, and used to go up all the way till maybe $600, $500. But now if you look at WrestleMania, it seems like the starting price that you got to be spending is at least $400, $500. So obviously much more expensive. Is that SummerSlam they're talking about right now? MetLife? Okay. Yeah. It's great. I was in MetLife for WrestleMania 35. SummerSlam taking place at MetLife is an exciting thing. It's exciting. Okay, let's see. By the way, it's chaos backstage at the moment. Absolute chaos. Look at that. Nick Aldis trying to maintain some peace. It's going to be a three-way, just like True said. You kidding me right now? No way. No way. Bro, I cannot believe this. The audacity. I thought, okay, this is cool. You know, I'll take what happened tonight if they're going to get the WrestleMania match now. But Nick Aldis literally said, okay, guys, you did this? Okay, next week on SmackDown, you're going to defend the title. Like WrestleMania doesn't even exist. Wow. 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 I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Honestly, amazed. And we got True, my brother, saying Cardi B, horrible choice. Yeah, you know, I was once crazy enough to listen to. There was another one, Iggy Azalea, whatever his name is. I used to listen to her rap. There was a time. Yeah, but I'm very over that stuff now. To be honest with you, the new song right now, the new songs that come out, most of them, I don't even like relate to them. I don't know if I'm too old for the new kind of music, but not really my cup of tea. I enjoy the old music that's already out. It's been out for years. Kind of enjoy recycling through the 90s, 2000s, 2010s maybe a little bit. But right now, the new music that's coming out, you know, no offense to Travis Scott, but not always my cup of tea. That being said, Not Like Us is a good track, though. I can listen to Not Like Us sometimes. It's good. But yeah, Cardi B, I'm not a big fan of hers either. And here we are, Randy Orton. Wonder what he's going to be talking about. Seems like the fans are once again wide awake now that Randy Orton is in the building. Sexy Red was the worst move for NXT. She's not even sexy. Wow, Andy. Okay. So I know she's a rapper, but you know, I had to look her up, Andy, and I agree. Yeah, Randy talking about the fact that he does not have an opponent for WrestleMania 41. Okay, Randy. Good stuff, Randy. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. That's right, 20 years of Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Isn't that great? Open challenge? Open challenge. He mentioned baby oil. He said, I'll be ready. Boots tied up, gear on, and baby oil on my skin. That's funny.
Anybody in the locker room wants to test their mettle, I dare them to step up. Anybody out on the strip, any one of you, if you own a pair of wrestling boots, hell, if you just catch the wind that Randy Orton, the legend killer, needs an opponent for WrestleMania 41.
This is exciting, actually. This is kind of more exciting than, Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. But hello, good to see you. But I got a comment here saying Solo versus Orton. I've got nothing against Solo Sikoa, but honestly, the idea of Solo versus Orton does not excite me. And especially when they hype it up as a mystery opponent at WrestleMania. The last mystery opponent that we got at WrestleMania was none other than Cody Rhodes, and that was a pretty big deal. So the bar has been raised high, for mystery opponents. So if it turns out to be Solo, the guy is going to get booed out of the building. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants boos at WrestleMania. So I think that it's not going to be Solo. It's not going to be Solo. I don't think so. I hope not. I don't think it's going to be Solo. It has to be Rusev. It has to be Eliaster. Somebody, one of those two. It cannot be somebody on the current roster. I don't think so. I really don't think so. But let me know, what do you guys think? Malachi Black, I think so. True. I think so. True. Yeah, that's my guess as well. It's got to be either Malachi. It's got to be either Rusev. One of the two. I just don't know how do you make sense of it, though. I mean, what does Rusev have against Randy, right? As a question. Actually, at this point, I would like for it to be Malachi Black over Rusev. I think so. I think Malachi Black hasn't had a WrestleMania moment, to be honest. He really has never had a WrestleMania moment. And if you really want for him to make an impact this time around, this would make sense. I think he needs it more than Rusev. Yeah. I know it's not. Absolutely agree. The pop would be great. It would be amazing. And Nick Aldis is the natural treasure, says Andy. Wait, yeah, absolutely. What's going on with the... Are you guys able to see what I'm seeing at the moment as well? Because I'm seeing a lot of green on my screen. Not sure if it's Netflix glitching out, but yeah, lots of green. Yo, that's interesting. That's a good one, actually. That's a good one. Yo, that's actually, you can't discount that. Actually, it's a good one. What about Uncle Howdy? We all remember, Randy, Bray, the Fiend, that match, right? That weird match that we had. Not weird in a bad way, but that was a mysterious match, right? And Alexa Bliss played a key role in it as well. It was something. It was an intense match, very red, very different. It was something. So obviously, people had a lot of questions after that match and concerns. So the door is open. I mean, you're right. If it's not Malachi or Rusev, Uncle Howdy makes a lot of sense. Lots of sense. I like it. Aldis still a good choice, is true. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see Aldis actually competing in the ring. I'd like to see him once again, But you never know. We got True saying they showed Drew and Priest. Yep. I mean, I don't know if it was glitching out just for me on Netflix, but the whole screen kind of turned green for me. Where's White Six and no Alexa Bliss this weekend at WrestleMania? I got no idea why Alexa Bliss is not working WrestleMania, or apparently she's not. Maybe she shows up as a surprise. But Alexa Bliss, when she returned, especially Elimination Chamber, she was crazy over. The fans were behind her. I thought that they were gonna do something with her and Liv. With the way that things were going at Elimination Chamber, I was definite that they were gonna go down that route of Liv and herself. That hasn't happened. Who knows? Who knows what's going on behind the scenes though? We got Ricky saying, "Where's White Six?" No exhibits once again. White Six, just like Sedan said earlier, would love that angle taking place. Zelina cosplay outfits are so lame. I might be a bit of a hater. I don't know, bro, man. You're right. I mean, she's out there. She's out there. She does what she loves, I guess. I can't make sense of her outfit because what do I say? Is it okay to say that she's not a big of a deal? To be wearing such extravagant outfits? I don't know, but I don't see her as big of a deal, which is why I don't see her outfits as big of a deal either, So I'm not sure if she's trying to be Seth Rollins with those extravagant, crazy-ass outfits, but if it makes her happy and if it makes her feel like she stands out, then good for her. Good for her, We got my brother. By the way, I like bro, man. I was saying, just dropping the line. I might be a bit of a hater. No, you're fine. You're fine. Drew says White Six has injuries. I heard that Bo was cleared a couple weeks ago. I believe so. So if he's cleared, and if he returns at Mania to fight Orton, I would not be against it, actually. I would not be against that. We got Ricky says, I don't see green. Now we're good now. We're good now. Thanks for that. I think it was Bo Dallas is injured. If he's still injured, then that sucks. Yeah, much love to you, bro, man. With that being said, commercial break still going on, still going strong. Oh, dear. But it's quite exciting, MetLife Stadium, SummerSlam. The last WrestleMania that I attended, 35, was also at MetLife Stadium. Am I going to be at SummerSlam this year? Could be, I feel. Could be. Yeah. Anytime there's a big-ass event taking place in New York, like WrestleMania or SummerSlam, I got to be there. And I've got a feeling that it's bound to happen, I think we're going to have to be there now. Got no choice. You got no choice. So it's first ever, by the way, first ever 2-night SummerSlam as well. So in August, got a feeling. Wait a second. Wait a second. So that teaser over there, I think we all saw the teaser and the date as well. So that teaser basically gave us a date of 25th April 2025, which happens to be next week on Friday, so Friday Night SmackDown. But I felt that teaser was an Uncle Howdy kind of a teaser. I don't know. It didn't feel like an Aleister Black kind of teaser to me. But what do you think? Who could it be? Let me know. And here we are now with Chelsea Green, the Commander-in-Chief, coming out, the United States Champion, without the Secret Service, though. And she is coming out here to face Zelina Vega. I like it. I like her work a lot. I don't know whose idea was it for her to, adapt this character and come out with a Secret Service and everything. I'm not sure whose idea was it, but it's a great idea. Capitalizing on the current political situation and, United States champion. I think it's a fantastic and a beautiful idea. Zelina is looking good, though. He says, true, I agree. No, she looks great. She looks great. So does Chelsea. Oh my goodness. Chelsea Green one step ahead, threw her gown at Zelina, thought she could blindside her and hit her with a boot, but Zelina gets out of the way. Still, Chelsea Green with a slap to the face of Zelina Vega. Vega doesn't take it too well. Chelsea Green still one step ahead, gets her down on the mat, goes for the cover, and with a kick out at 2. We got True saying Chelsea is annoyingly cute. You know, I was never a Chelsea Green fan, never. But ever since she's been U.S. champion, she has started to win me over with her work. I've started to like her. Yeah, I started to appreciate her. But just like you said, she's very annoying, but she's nice. I think she would make a very good team with that lady. What's her name right now in WWE? I think Ren. I can't recall her name in the WWE. 1 second. Ren Claire. Is that what they call her? 1 second. Ren Sinclair, right? Yeah. Yeah, Ren Sinclair. That's what they call her now. I interviewed her before she joined NXT. Yeah, she's great, and she is just as annoying and just as cute. I think she would make just a fantastic team with Chelsea Green. Hopefully it happens one day. I'd like to see it. But Ren Sinclair is fantastic. We got Ricky saying it's weird that last video package came out. Black comes out Black next week, and his wife Zelina. Oh, that's a good catch. If that is a video teaser for Aleister Black, then that makes a lot of sense. His wife in the ring. That's a good one, Ricky. That's a good one actually. Pretty good. And Chelsea Green over the barricade. Down she goes. Zelina Vega trying to recover. Of course, Charles Robinson counting them out. Down to a 4 count right now. Chelsea Green trying to crawl and make her way back into the ring. She's at NXT all the time, says Ricky. Yeah, she's cute. She's cute. She's good. She's good. And Zelina and Chelsea back in the ring. Look at that. Yeah, Chelsea's got to get out of the way. She's just waiting for Vega. There you go. Saw this coming from a mile away. I'm not sure what Vega was even thinking. But Chelsea goes for the cover. Vega with a kick out. Unlike the big ol' eyes here, Ricky's got for Zelina. And now Chelsea up on the top turnbuckle with Zelina Vega. She's looking for a superplex. Vega, 1 step ahead, grabs her head, smashes into the top turnbuckle. Zelina. No, wait. Beautiful. Wait! Hey, it was a non-title match, so that's okay. But Zelina Vega just defeated Chelsea Green clean. Wow. But still, a non-title match doesn't change too much. But still, Vega with a impressive victory over Chelsea Green, the United States champion. Dominant, dominant. With that being said, we are still left with about an hour, right? Over an hour, actually, an hour and 45 minutes of SmackDown. That's because SmackDown is now 3 hours. I was reading, reviews of people when it comes to SmackDown and Raw, and lots of people actually are happy with Raw being 2.5 hours, but SmackDown 3 hours, there's mixed feelings to it. Most of the people, they feel like 3 hours on a Friday night is a bit too much. But I guess it is what it is. Broman says, haven't seen a Zelina victory in a long time. I was surprised. I was taken aback. But still, let's face it, it doesn't change a thing. It was a non-title match, it's okay. Maybe, Chelsea just didn't want to go through any more pain in the ring, didn't want to take any more bumps. Speaking of bumps, by the way, Mandy Rose What do I even? Where do I even begin with Mandy Rose? Right? It's just weird. Weird. It's like whenever I talk about bumps, I think of Mandy because Mandy's so happily saying, "Oh, I don't have to take bumps on OnlyFans. That's why it's so much better, and I make 10 times the money. I wake up when I want. I do what I want." Weirdest thing ever. Weirdest thing ever. With that being said, we are now on a commercial break. Who said Mandy Rose? I know, Ricky. I did. I did, my brother. I did. Yeah. But Mandy doing the OnlyFans thing, it doesn't surprise me a bit. It seemed like she was always not a big wrestling girl. She was all about the money, so it doesn't surprise me a lot. If you go back and, if anybody who watched her in Tough Enough, I don't think you'd be surprised to see that she abandoned wrestling for the money. I'm not surprised. I've been watching her since the Tough Enough days, and honestly, not surprised. I was surprised when I saw her in NXT and do such incredible work in NXT. She was incredible there. But that's okay. But I am surprised also to see Lacey Evans following suit and doing the stuff that she does on OnlyFans, because Lacey, I thought that she was, at least her character was such a respected veteran, right? Such a great mother, such a great role model. And then when she left wrestling, she was like, "Oh, I'm going to start a bakery, a family business," and all this. She talks about respect and everything. And then she joins OnlyFans. Yeah, I was not surprised by Mandy, but I was really surprised when Lacey followed suit. And weird. Yeah. I was talking about her. No, I was not talking about those, bro, man. She's taking different type of bumps. It's true. Yeah, people do say so. I know, AJ. Yeah, Mandy Rose, she be talking about too much crazy stuff, says Ricky. Yeah, comparing WWE to OnlyFans makes no sense. She makes good money in OnlyFans. Good for her. Just needs to pay her. What I don't understand is her fiance, who's also her co-host on her podcast, so supportive of her OnlyFans stuff, and it's just the weirdest thing ever. Sometimes we don't realize it, but the partners that we choose in our life, not always the best for us, and they don't always want the best for us. So I feel like her partner is actually pulling her down. She doesn't see it now, but I feel like he's not the right guy for her. Like, who would be happy with their, partner doing the kind of stuff that Mandy's doing, and would say, "Oh, I'm so proud of you." It's not okay. We got Andy saying she didn't abandon wrestling. WWE just found a way to get rid of her from the beginning. Yeah. Well, interesting point there, Andy. A lot of women wrestlers do something like OnlyFans for side money. Yeah. It has become the new hustle, right? It has become the new form of hustle for a lot of people. Yeah, bro, man, I'm just hoping that Tiffany doesn't follow suit, I hope not. When I see, again, nothing against Mandy, nothing against anybody, but when I see, by the way, the match that we're getting a little recap of right now is a match that made me fall in love with wrestling, really, and I've never looked back ever since. This was the match that made me fall in love with wrestling, really. The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. What a great match, WrestleMania 25, one of the greatest matches ever. What a great match. It's fantastic. It was beautiful. What a beautiful match. It still doesn't feel real that it's been so long. This was WrestleMania 25. We are now 41. It's insane. It doesn't feel that it's been so freaking long. 16 years is crazy. It's crazy. Anyways. Yeah, so I was talking about Mandy. it feels like if you look back at the stuff that China did or the stuff that Sunny did, right, online, and you look at people like Mandy, it feels like they have it too easy, and the people of the past had it too difficult. I mean, China was basically abandoned from wrestling, from everything, for her actions, and Sunny was too. But Sunny also was in the wrongs a lot. She was in a lot of wrong stuff. She did a lot of bad stuff, so that's a different case. But China, yeah, it's these people have it too easy now. And here we are now with LA Knight coming out. He's going to be taking on Solo Sikoa. I got nothing against this match. I'm happy to see LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa. But the only thing that feels a little bit weird to me in this match is the fact that he's a champion, yet he's fighting one day before WrestleMania. Well, usually it's the case that the champion, he relaxes, he sits back and watches the challenger take on somebody a day before WrestleMania, right? So the champion usually sits back, because he's a champion. But he's got nothing to prove. But here in this case, the challenger is like taking a back seat, but the champion is fighting tonight. He'll fight tomorrow as well. So that's something different. We got Andy saying China was banned because she voiced her thoughts on Paul leaving her. Yeah, with China, the whole love triangle also came into play. You're right about that, Andy. You have a good point.
Let me talk to you. I don't know if you just saw what was on the screen, but with what happened last week, I caught the inspiration. Because week after week.
So far, brother, true, it seems like this match is being advertised for night one. Not sure if that's going to change, but so far, it's a night one match.
Out of the equation is Tamatonga, and next on the list, Solo, which means tomorrow WrestleMania. It's just
Yeah, tomorrow WrestleMania, he said it. It's a night one match.
I understand. Jacob Fatu is a force. That man's a monster. He's destroyed everything in front of him.
He did, brother. And now when they try to be nice about it and induct him to the Hall of Fame and, get her on video games and stuff, I don't care. I don't talk about it. I don't put it on Wrestling News. I don't appreciate it because it doesn't change a thing now, right? Okay, maybe you're sending some money to her, to China's estate and her, her family or whatever, but still, you ruined her career. You ruined everything. You ruined her name when she was around. Totally depressed, got no help. And now that she's not around, you're putting her in video games and you're putting her in the Hall of Fame. It doesn't change a thing. They did China dirty. At the end of the day, they did her dirty, really.
And while I'm standing here in the city of chances, I ain't talking about chances. I'm talking about guarantees. And the guarantee tonight is that Solo Sikoa's about to come out here and eat one. And tomorrow night at WrestleMania, Jacob Fatu, I guarantee you will eat a BFT, courtesy of the man they call the megastar, with everybody saying,
Honestly, I like Solo Sikoa's theme song more than I like Solo Sikoa himself. And that towel, I think that towel is more annoying than Chelsea Green. Honestly, yeah. Solo, just get rid of the towel. I've never been a fan. And LA Knight wasting no time, just going after Solo right out the bat during his entrance. Just like True said, this is not going to be much of a match. And I agree with that. The fact that LA Knight wasted no time, got out of the ring, interrupted Solo's entrance, it kind of proves it. And Solo Sikoa now sending LA Knight face first into the steel steps. By the way, the Slammy Awards are going to be taking place on 20th, I believe. That's Sunday. And interestingly, they've got, of course, 12 categories in total. And one of the categories is Faction of the Year. The nominees for Faction of the Year, they're interesting because they got the OG Bloodline, which really doesn't exist right now. It's all split up. So They got the OG Bloodline. They got the new Bloodline, which I don't even know why they're nominated, because the new Bloodline sucked and still sucks. So, yeah. I don't even know who should win the tag team of the year, because I'm not a fan of either. Solo loves Taz. Solo loves Taz. You're right about that. Shoes of a champion. Yeah. Yeah, Solo is so boring, says Ricky. It's like a copy of Taz back in the WWF or E days. Wow. How's Hook doing, by the way, guys? It's been a while that I've seen Hook. How's Hook doing? Let me know. Let me look it up, actually. Oh, I see an article over here about Hook's absence. Okay. At spring break. All right, so he was apparently supposed to be a part of the show, but he was pulled due to some issues. So, he had a concussion. That's crazy. Crazy. Hopefully he gets better. Still such a young guy, right? 25 years old. He's got the future ahead of himself. He's only going to get better with time. Let's see, what else do we have here? Did you guys see this thing? So, at the WWE World Experience Center, they have put up on sale John Cena's worn and used gear, ring gear, that includes his headbands, his armbands, his wristbands, everything, right? And the t-shirt and the cap. It includes all of that. And they're selling it for $75,000. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I don't care how big of a wrestling fan you might be, but to buy $75,000 worth of John Cena gear is insane to me. And I don't know who would buy such a thing, but $75,000 is a lot of money, and it just makes very little sense to me. Very little. Anyways, just on www.shop.com right now, and they've increased the prices of everything. If you look at that, by the way, the hardcore version of this belt, $1,200. Triple Edge 30 years, $849, $749. So this belt, the replica, it used to cost $499, $450, something like that. Now it's $600. That's your average replica belt. It costs you $600 now. They've increased the prices now, obviously. The commemorative belt that used to cost you $200, it now is at $369. So they have increased the prices a lot, obviously. Interesting. I sometimes miss Vince McMahon. You know, the prices were down when Vince was around, that's for sure. I know, brother, and that too for $75,000. I don't care how much money you have. $75,000. That's the kind of money that only somebody like Logan Paul would spend. You know, and you don't know. I mean, if you're spending that much money, is it gonna go up in value in the future? Are you gonna end up on Pawn Stars and try to sell it for $1 million? Or are they gonna buy it for $1 million? I don't think so. So you know, it's. Makes little sense to me. All right. But, you know, all of this, I think that WWE is well aware that nobody's going to buy the gear for $75,000. But they've put it up there, I feel, as a PR move to kind of establish their position, establish their market, and try to send across a message to the world, really, that we are not a, you know, as I was reading an article, and the article said that wrestling for a long while, a lot of the society looked at it as a blue-collar kind of an entertainment form. But I feel like now they're trying to send across a message that we're not a blue-collar form of entertainment. We're a white-collar form of entertainment. We're about the rich people. We're about the rich sport, right? were expensive. I think that's the kind of message that they're trying to send across with PR moves like this. Probably for charity. Still a lot of money. And here we are now. Solo Sikoa dominating LA Knight. Is this a great image of a champion a day before WrestleMania? Not at all. And LA Knight, though, gets his knees up. Oh, was that... Solo Sikoa definitely feeling it right now. He was concussed in a match with the Death Riders in V before. The Ops will probably use Freebird rules. Interesting. Okay. I see you, Ricky. And LA Knight here feeling it finally. Yeah, taking down Solo Sikoa. Right now, price or two spending. Nobody can pay for that price, is Ricky. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Just like True said. He said it perfectly. He said it's not going to be much of a match. And he was right. You know, Jacob Fatu interrupts. Just attacking, ruthlessly attacking LA Knight right here. Jacob Fatu is going to be champion, guys. Without a doubt, he's going to walk out of WrestleMania champion. And he must, you know. Fatu is great. A championship is going to elevate him further and establish him as a megastar in the eyes of the fans, I feel. But Braun Strowman out of nowhere, he just comes in, taking out both Solo and Jacob. LA Knight with a clothesline to Jacob Fatu, just sending him out of the ring here. Is this going to turn into a tag team match? No. No, Nick Aldis. Don't do it. Nick Aldis is turning into Teddy Long. No. I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said it. Wow, Nick Aldis is turning into Teddy Long. That's for certain. We got how many tag team matches made out of like this tonight? First, we got the six-man Rey Mysterio, the Luchadors versus Chad Gable and Creed Brothers, and now we got this one right here. Aldis called Teddy Long. Yeah, yeah, he did. Or Teddy Long is actually chilling somewhere in the back, and he was like, "Hey, Aldis, go make it a tag team match, player." Yeah. Jacob Fatu ruled over MLW. He will do the same in WWE, yeah. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. The highest paid star in MLW. Him and Hammerstone, the highest paid, from what I understand. Jacob Fatu, once again, let's see. Ricky's not happy with this being made into a tag team match. Tony Khan missed an opportunity not signing Jacob. True. There's a promise that I made to somebody that, you know, I was told something about Jacob before he joined the WWE. There was something that I was told about Jacob, AEW, and WWE, where he was going and stuff. I want to share it with everybody because it's a crazy story that happened. But I can't because I made a promise to the person to never break that story, to never share it with anybody. So it's a promise that I made, and you know, I can't share it yet, at least until the person tells me to, right? But yeah, when he told me that story, he was like, "AJ, I'm gonna tell it to you, but you have to make a promise to me. You will not tell anybody. You will not break the story. Nobody knows it except for 3 people." And I was the 3rd one. And so, yeah, a promise made is a promise kept. So I can't share it, but, you know, true. There was something cooking. Anyways, let's see. We got much love to you, True. Thanks for understanding. We got Ricky saying, Tony Khan just released Mariah May. She don't want to be in AEW anymore. Is this confirmed? Because obviously there was rumors going around. And James and I were talking about it the other day as well. And I looked it up, and it seemed like her contract is apparently up for renewal later this year. and she was trying to negotiate with AEW. Is what I understood from reading a few articles, that she was trying to negotiate with AEW and also, obviously negotiate with the WWE, and AEW is trying hard to keep her under contract. So is it confirmed that she's now with the company now? Is it a done deal? And Solo, with a lack of respect here being shown towards Braun Strowman. If Mariah May does leave AEW, wow. Nick Aldis is really going... I'm sorry, Nick Aldis. Nick Khan is really going on a full war mode here in AEW, because he did make his intentions clear in that interview as well, that a lot of those wrestlers who are under contract with AEW, when their contracts are up, much of them are going to be joining WWE. So if Mariah May is going to be one of them, then the intentions of the company are clear, that they want to basically take away all the big stars from AEW. Very interesting. Her contract is just up. That's what I read as well, true. They might keep her long deal end by summer or November, who knows. Yeah. Anyways, here we are. Jacob Fatu still standing tall. A kick to Fatu in the gut. And another one. By the way, the show, Hall of Fame, do you guys know if it's airing on Netflix? Because, I understand that in America, in the US, it's on Peacock. But also, I believe in everywhere else it's supposed to be on Netflix, but Netflix doesn't have it listed. Interesting. Yeah, they haven't listed it. There's no mention of Hall of Fame yet. Yeah, there's no mention of Hall of Fame on Netflix. Interesting. Let's see. Mariah May will debut on WWE soon. She will rule WWE if WWE is smart. Absolutely. I see Mariah May going to NXT first in the main roster. She's only 26 years old, says Ricky. Yeah, Mariah May is somebody who's worked so hard for this, by the way. I still remember when I was starting off on Instagram, right? Years ago. My account was brand new back then. And Mariah May, actually, this was even before I had started with Instagram. Even before. This must be like about 10 years ago. This was around the time, I think 2014, something around the time, when WWEshop.com, you could send them your pictures wearing their merch, and they would put it up on their WWEshop.com. They even did it for me a couple of times. It was pretty cool to see that. But this was around that time when Mariah May used to basically, put out a lot of pictures of, wearing merchandise from WWEshop.com. And they actually used to, highlight her a lot as well on the website. And that's how I knew her, that, wow, she's a big WWE fan. And she's worked hard, she's trained hard, she's been to Japan, she's been everywhere, and here she is now. It's great to see that rise. It's great to see that rise. Yeah. True says, like, WWE needs another blonde. I think she stays in AEW. You never know. Never know. Right now, the situation, I feel like she's just being smart, right? She wants to negotiate with both the parties. Obviously, she would try to get the best money out of either of them. And whoever offers her more money, whoever she finds will be the best for her future, she'll end up there. So let's see what happens. Anything is possible, really. Getting a bit too cold. It's got to be over now. LA Knight goes for the cover and solo. It's a 1, 2, and a 3, and the match is over. Yeah. This was good. This was actually not too bad. You know, just like I said, I did not like the idea of the champion fighting and the challenger just resting tonight. But with this match, just like True said, you protected both the champion and the challenger, and didn't overexpose either of them prior to WrestleMania. And, you know, it was a good match altogether. Good match. Solo Sikoa, by the way, staring down at LA Knight. Yeah, LA Knight, just hold on to the title just one more day, because tomorrow, Jacob Fatu is going to win. He's going to walk out with the title. The most money isn't always the best deal. I think the talent loves the flexible schedule and room for other opportunities they get with AEW. They don't get that with the WWE. That's true, brother. That's true. Good for Wade Barrett, by the way. First, an interview with Chelsea Green and now Tiffany Stratton. And she looks beautiful as well tonight. Is it just me? Or I think it's probably just me because I see nobody else talking about it. But let me know. Tiffany Stratton, when I look at her, I'm like, wow. Elegance personified. Look at her. Beautiful, charming, attractive, great personality, everything, right? It just ticks all the boxes. But the minute she starts speaking, I'm like, wow, she sounds like a total brat. I mean, is it just me? But when she starts talking, it's just such a turnoff. It's probably just me, right? Let me know if anybody else feels otherwise, but or you know, feels like me. But wow, she sounds so annoying. Exactly true. Exactly. To look at her, just like I said, elegance personified, beautiful, graceful. Just look at her right now in this interview. Amazing. But when she starts talking, brother, I don't even know. Tiffany brought more plastic, right? Hopefully BPA free. Ricky says Tiffany is looking like Mariah May. Okay. More blondes. Yeah, Ricky. Okay. She's absolutely wonderful, says Andy. Well, she is beautiful. That's true. And not just beauty, she's also talented, very good in the ring, and that is undeniable. She's proved it, that she's good in the ring. Man, she's so annoying. Even the way she said thank you was like, bruh. But you're right, bro, man. Yeah, that's who she is, right? The bratty queen of SmackDown now, right? Mariah May would slap you, Ricky says. Well, I know Ricky would take it like a man, right, Ricky? Did you guys see the video? There was a video making the rounds. A fan, right? So at these WrestleMania autograph signings, a fan showed up at Rhea Ripley's autograph signing, and he had her sign some adoption certificate that certified that Rhea Ripley had adopted the fan, and Rhea Ripley happily signed it. The funniest thing ever, but it also tells you the kind of stuff that people are into, right? He's like, "You're my mother now," and Rhea was like, "Yeah, okay, this is the first one that I've seen," and she happily signed the adoption paper. I guess that makes him Rhea Ripley's son. That doesn't even feel right. That doesn't even sound right. Yeah, Ricky says, I saw that. That was the weirdest thing ever, brother. That was the weirdest thing. Let's see. Charlotte is the most annoying. Yeah, actually, let me try to pull it up, if I can pull up that video. Yeah. It sounds okay when you say, okay, she's my mommy, right? I mean, for Rhea Ripley. But when you start thinking the other way, that he's her son, sounds weird. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we got it. We got the video. 1 second, guys. Sorry, just forgot to mute Netflix. All right, now listen. Let's watch it together. Here's the video.
Please. It's a first? Really? Okay. Hi. I have been waiting for this since last WrestleMania.
Oh, really?
It took me months to get this. Can you sign this to be my new mommy? Please. It's a first? Really? Okay.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Yes! Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. Oh. Can I get a hug?
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta hug your mom.
Thank you so much.
Holy shit.
Did I do good?
You adopted, yeah. You got it.
Please. It's a first?
Grown man, by the way, guys. What can I say? Good for him, you know, if he's into that kind of stuff. Good for him. But grown man, by the way. Grown man. Yeah, but you're right, bro, man. Buddy probably isn't very happy about, you know, adopting this grown-ass man as his son, right? Let's see. Ricky says, Rhea, she's my mommy, but Stephanie, she is my mommy GF2. Okay, Ricky, okay, all right. I see what you mean, Ricky. True says, I'm sure he has gotten she's gotten Veer's request. Yeah, I think she also talked about it in one of the podcasts or something. The kind of request or kind of post that she sees online of hers. The fantasies that apparently a lot of the fans have. Especially some kind of an obsession with her thighs. Weird. I think C4 Energy Drink, actually. I saw this very weird video from C4 Energy Drink where Rhea was crushing C4 cans with her thighs. And honestly, so freaking weird. That was a weird video. I found it weird. But okay, let's take a look. Actually, I found the video here.
Or can Rhea Ripley thigh crush in 15 seconds? Begin. Super Crush. Mega Crush. C4 Crush. Crush Mania. C4 Performance Energy. Rhea Ripley wins. How much C4?
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? I found it really weird, awkward. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that they are into, guys. All right, Buddy's looking for him. Yeah, that's for certain. But here we are now, back with SmackDown. So who's watching Hall of Fame tonight? Anybody over here watching it live tonight? I'm pretty sure Ricky's got to be cool with it because, you know, Pacific time is like 10 p.m. Pacific, right? But for those on the East Coast, it's like 1 a.m. So just like Andrew Nautic said earlier as well, that it's hard, right? 1 a.m., you can't expect everybody to stay awake for it. Broman says, Can's not even vertical, out of respect. Can's not even, bruh. Okay. You want Rhea Ripley to not compete at WrestleMania. You want her to be out of action, right? Can's not even vertical. That is funny. Okay, with that being said, we got the Luchadors in the ring here waiting for Shad. Wait a second. So the Luchadors not even get an entrance? Oh, that speaks volumes, I guess. But Chad Gable and the Creed brothers are here. American made. I like it. I like that. I like they're funny. Let's see. True says nope. Maybe brother says Ricky. Okay, so True's not watching it. Ricky says maybe he's gonna be watching it. My brother David. Okay, I'll see you at WrestleMania 2. Much love to you, David. Much love. Gotta take. Ricky says he's gotta take his mom and brother to church for Good Friday. Okay, that's sweet. That's sweet, brother Ricky. Good stuff. America Made has a Kurt Angle theme remix. Really?
The locker room and all the lucha personalities
I had to listen to the theme song again. Yeah, you kind of right about that. Wait a second. I forgot to. I forgot to mute the desktop audio. Sorry about that. But yeah, you're right. The theme song is kind of similar, and especially the use of chants that go along with the song. Yeah, you're right about that, brother. And here we are now with Dragon Lee running around, and now diving over the top rope. Beautiful stuff. I'll catch the replay since it's on late. I'll even watch it, says Andy. I know. You know, guys, when you talk about the Hall of Fame, I remember very clearly. I can't recall what year was it. I probably was 2015 or 14. I think it had to be 14. But yeah, it actually had to be 14. Yeah. So I remember very clearly Mr. T, right? So he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Wouldn't stop talking about his mother. It was so sweet, but so funny, and I was so sleepy I couldn't stay awake for it. I think I dozed off. I was about to doze off until Kane interrupted, and he gave him the time check, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I gotta go." It was great, but it was such a sweet speech. It was great. It was one of the most memorable speeches ever in the Hall of Fame. And here we are, the American made, by the way, with the diving headbutts from all three sides. Dragon Lee has got to be out of it right now. He's got to be out of it. And True says they're keeping Penta and Phoenix separate. He doesn't like it. Meant to be together. And I feel like, I don't know which direction they're going to go because, if they do, bring them together as a tag team, if they do indeed do it, I feel like after WrestleMania, the tag team division is gonna just be so much better because you've got a lot of potential, you got a lot of possibilities, lots of things that you can do. With Penta and of course Ray Phoenix coming together, and also I see across the board lots of different possibilities of the tag team divisions, just getting so much better. Let's see. I still remember the days when I used to be super annoyed whenever Chad Gable said thank you. I used to hate it. Kind of grown on me. I like Gracias better, though. I think Gracias is hilarious. And now Chad Gable with a chop across the chest of Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee goes down. You gotta feel bad for the Dragon tonight because he is taking a lot of beating in this match. In that battle royal, the Dragon is really... It's not his night. Let's just say that. Man, the crowd is so dead. True. Andy, all of you guys, Ricky, you can't deny it. The crowd is so terrible tonight. Like, no energy. Look at the people sitting ringside. They're all like, it feels like they're all like, come on, be done with this already. We're waiting for John Cena. Listen to the crowd. Listen to the people. There is like, I've been to libraries that have been louder than this, to be honest. Yeah, this is terrible. Go for the cover. They're not even counting along to the pin. You know, they're not even trying. By the way, WrestleMania is still not sold out. Beautiful move right there from Dragon Lee. Double stomping on Creed Brothers, taking down all three of them at the same time. Good stuff, Dragon Lee. Finally gets his movement. Finally gets to crawl over and make the tag that he so desperately needs to make to Rey Fenix. He does it. He does it. Rey Fenix now with the hot tag being made. Looking to take out the entire American Made at once. Go for the cover, a kick out. By the way, I was thinking that I'd seen Jade Cargill's outfit before, and this tweet sums it up perfectly. Kim Possible. I knew I'd seen this outfit before. Yeah, very similar. Kim Possible. Yeah. Great cartoon from back in the day. And here we are now with Rey Fenix. Beautiful stomp. Going for the... Actually, not yet. Gable, thanks for coming, I guess. Rey Fenix. He could score the win for his team. Up on the top turnbuckle. Wow, kicking the head out of Chad Gable right there. And now Dragon Lee, Rey Fenix double team maneuver, it seems. Yeah, Dragon Lee. Rey Fenix. And the Meteora gets the win for Rey Fenix and his team. Good job. The Luchadors get the last laugh tonight. But does that mean that the real American... Well, what is his name again? Americano Luchador. Is he going to win the match at WrestleMania? Let's see. Good match, though. Good match here tonight. With that being said, we are now down to the final 30 minutes of SmackDown. Hopefully... the next segment is going to be the most awaited one. John Cena and Cody Rhodes, the face-off. Well, I thought we were going to go straight to John Cena and Cody Rhodes, but I guess there's more to come. Getting another look at Punk Rollins and Seth, the match taking place at WrestleMania Night 1. I'm expecting Roman Reigns to not show up tonight, right? He was already there on Raw. Same with Punk. I think Seth already did the job, I guess. All right, my brother Andy, you take care, sleep well. I'll see you tomorrow for NXT Stand and Deliver, and of course WrestleMania Night 1. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. I'll see you tomorrow. You know, WrestleMania 40 Night 1. I fell asleep on camera during the stream. Is that streak gonna continue, or am I gonna survive Night 1 tomorrow? We're gonna find out tomorrow itself. Thank you so much, Andy. Much love. You take care. Good night. See you tomorrow. Broman says, they must have forgot Cena needs at least 30 minutes of the mic for his promos. Yeah, you're right. Again, after turning heel, John Cena showed up on TV like, what, twice or maybe 3 times at max? To be honest, a lot of people give credit to John Cena for his heel turn and everything. It's great. Of course, when it happened, it was shocking and the world talked about it. But the reason that he gave for his heel turn was, didn't sit well with me. I didn't buy it completely. I mean, are you telling me that after all these years, just in his retirement year when he's about to retire, that is when he snaps on the fans for turning heel on him, or turning on him while he was babyface? Like, why would you do it months before you retire? So the reason doesn't sit well with me, and also the fact that he hasn't acknowledged selling his soul to The Rock, right? He never outright said, oh, this is why I'm with The Rock now. The Rock never showed up either. So I feel like there's a lot of, questions to be answered. Lots of pieces missing from the board. I don't know if Rock's going to show up tomorrow. There's been no signs of The Rock ever since Elimination Chamber. And no signs of Travis Scott either. So I don't know what's going to happen. Another mic drops is true. Yep. I bet you fall asleep on brother. Okay, my brother Andy. I hope not. It would have been better with Travis Scott. Without Travis Scott, says bro man. Yep. I know that nobody liked the fact that Travis Scott, he slaps Cody Rhodes so hard. And I understand it was not a great move. Like I don't know. But The Rock making that entrance with Travis and Travis just standing in that corner like this, like he's got no business there. I don't know. It just added some kind of a gangster feeling to it. I know that this is probably not a very popular opinion. And yeah, Travis Scott didn't have to be there, but I feel like him being there, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense in the long term, but him being there in that moment, I feel like it just made the whole thing a little more gangsta. That's what I felt. Yeah, and True says there's a plan for Travis. From what I read, I feel like it's only a fan theory. It's not happening. But from what I read was that this will end up being Travis and Bad Bunny in the ring. I think it's a fan theory, but if that were to happen, whoa. Wow. But I think it's a fan theory, nothing else. But if Travis Scott does end up in the ring, that'd be pretty cool, I think. Yeah. So is Travis Scott, again, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not being salty. It's a genuine question. Is Travis Scott big these days? because honestly, I'd never heard of Travis Scott. Again, I don't know if I'm old or what. I don't think I'm old, but I had never heard of Travis Scott really before WWE told me about him. So let me know, is Travis Scott like big these days, like as big as Drake used to be or as big as The Weeknd is these days? Let me know, guys, because obviously WWE makes a very big deal out of him. He seems like a pretty big deal as well, so let me know. Genuine question, by the way. All right. Yeah, so it's official. Cardi B is hosting SummerSlam live from MetLife Stadium. So what do they mean when they say that the person is hosting? Like, what does she got to do exactly? I would rather, take a halftime show rather than a singer hosting a show. He's a pretty popular rapper. I don't think he's big on an international scale. Yeah, I told you I had never heard of him. For example, Drake, everybody knows Drake. DJ Khaled, everybody knows DJ Khaled. Name another rapper, Lil Wayne, everybody knows Lil Wayne. 50 Cent, similar story. Snoop Dogg, similar story. Travis Scott, no, I was never familiar, never aware. True. What is BBL? Oh, is that something to do with butt? Okay. All right. I see. I'm really not sure what like Drake. Oh, you told me about it. I remember now. Yeah. I was about to say I'm not sure what happened with Drake. Like, why did he fall down so hard? When it comes to his image, like his image, to a certain extent, feels like it's almost tarnished, beyond repair. Because a lot of people have this negative feeling towards Drake now, from what I understand. But you did tell me that Drake has apparently been fake about a lot of things and pretends to do a lot for the culture, but he does not apparently, right? So if he does that, then that's terrible. I Googled it. Bro, man, I had to Google it, and that's why I came to know, okay, it was something to do with butt. Thanks for that. Thank you. Drake is a weirdo, says True. I thought he used to be a pretty cool guy because if you, back in the 2014, 2015 days, his image was pretty good. It seemed like he was chill, he was trending. People looked up to his style and everything. I felt, and even this song that it came out, like God's Plan, right? I mean, I think I'm too naive, but I saw in that song music video that he was giving away scholarship to all these children, all these students and whatnot. And I thought, wow, what a great guy. Giving away scholarships and stuff just like that is great. But now that I hear about, the other side of Drake, it just surprises me. Yeah. And also, apparently, does not write his own song, has ghost writers and stuff. It's not good. And here we are, by the way, with the WrestleMania main event, Cody Rhodes coming out. Yeah, people did not know about Drake. I know, in my college, like, lots of my peers and lots of people in college, university, they used to love Drake. Like, Drake was a big deal then. Everybody used to listen to Hotline Bling all the time, True. All the time. Me included. I know Hotline Bling was like such a big deal. That album was such a big deal, and Apple Music had just come out, and you could not stream that song anywhere. Like not on YouTube, not on any other platform. It was nowhere. If you had to listen to Hotline Bling, you had to get Apple Music. That's how crazy it was back then. Bro, man, you need me to do another channel? I tell you, right now I got 2, wrestling and politics. I got 2 channels right now, and it's too much work. You know, it's too much work. But thank you. Thanks, bro, man. The content should keep on coming, right? You know, honestly, when I started this politics channel, my vision was that I would speak on variety of topics as an outsider. But YouTube algorithm, it doesn't like it when you talk about different things, different topics. It likes you to have a niche. So for that reason, I've just stuck with politics for now. But maybe in the future, you know, we're going to open up. Let's see. But here we are now with Cody Rhodes. Man, this segment better be worth the 3 hours that we've been waiting for. Let's see. Yeah, I know, David. Now, Drake has actually hit Kendrick back with the lawsuit. He sued UMG, so let's see what happens there. But here we are now with John Cena finally out here. This guy has got a new outfit every single day that he shows up to work. Okay, Cena. The John Cena sucks chants. You gotta love those. Why are you so angry? A towel behind his back. The last time is now. Yep. That's a new way to hold up the towel. Okay. Cody's next story will be the AEW. He screwed himself out of the AEW title picture, remember? He could not compete for it. Yeah, he was trying to hide the bald head with the towel. That's what he was trying to do, bro, man. Wait. Oh, you guys are right, actually. Looks like he's back to the military style haircut. Actually, that used to suit him very well as well. It helps him get rid of the bald spot. Come on, Cena, take off that hat, brother. Yeah, that is a haircut that he's got there. Yep. No, it's not his old style. It seems like he's only cut it from the sides, but he still has his hair on the top, the scalp. Yeah. Man, I don't know if it's only me, but I find Cody so annoying these days. I can't wait for the title to be taken off his shoulders. Yeah.
Shut your mouth, kid.
I like that, Cena.
This is going to be my 20th WrestleMania, my 12th title match at WrestleMania.
We've heard that before tonight, right? Randy Orton also talking about the fact that this one's going to be his 20th. All these voices.
There's one voice you should listen to, and that's the one coming from the man looking at you in the eye.
Man, Randy versus Cena, whenever it happens, it's going to be a classic.
It is the last time I will ever compete in a WrestleMania ring. No one has ever had the courage to end their career the way I have. And there is nothing you could possibly do to prepare to face a man who knows he's going to die. What I'm doing is so unprecedented, they don't think it's real. They don't believe it. They think I'm going to come back because everyone always comes crawling back. There's no such thing as a wrestling retirement. There's always one more match.
Except for Batista. Except for Batista.
A wrestling retirement is because every other wrestler is a scared, insecure loser. Every other wrestler needs these people. Needs these people to care about them, to post about them, to talk about them, because the second they get away from this, they're left alone by themselves with their pathetic lives, so they come crawling back as a shell of themselves. I have love, joy, and worth in my life. I don't need a single damn one of you. The only reason I'm here is to take that away from you and all of you forever. Don't say I didn't warn you, because I did. Last year, when you won that championship, everybody's raising you on their shoulders, giving you watches and stuff, and saying, "Good job, champ."
Giving you watches and stuff.
With you like a man to your face. I didn't say good job, champ. I said every day you hold that, it gets heavier. And Sunday finally becomes too heavy for you to hold. You will lose.
That's a good promo, actually. Cena did tell him every day you hold it, it's going to take heavier. And Cody at that time thought it was a great thing to say, great advice. And look at how he's using it now. Very cool. Very cool. I wish he would have name dropped CM Punk, Drew.
And then in one moment, you changed all that. You changed all that with what you said to The Rock. You see, kid, The Rock just gave you a choice. Do you want to do what they think is right? Or do you want to win?
I like how John Cena keeps calling him a kid. Cody is like 40 years old. John Cena is 47. Kid. Okay. Okay, Cena. Does Cena want to turn heel? I feel so true. I feel so. It does feel like it.
feel about you? This is who you fight for. This matters to you. You said in London, you said that you don't bury talent, but you are talent. Well, I know a graveyard of talent that would disagree.
I like the shoes John Cena's wearing tonight. Those definitely aren't sneakers. Interesting. I've always seen him in sneakers. Yeah, actually, that promo was pretty good from John Cena. Pretty good work right there.
No, you don't know her name either, do you? And I wager if you walk backstage, you don't know any of those people either. This is a different WWE, John. And when this was your WWE, I worshipped you. They worshipped you. But since the GOAT hasn't shown up since Elimination Chamber, allow me to offer you a little perspective, okay?
I like it, though. I like that he's getting booed, you know? Triple H said that Cody Rhodes gets hate online, but he gets cheered in the arenas. It's not happening right now, right? I guess internet is not so fake. Wow, brought up the Academy stint. That was crazy. And John Cena showing up naked was insane. That's true. That was weird. Yeah, I'm glad that Cody actually brought that up. That was, yeah, what was Cena even thinking back then? Of course, Cody, I think, owned Cena with that. That was pretty good. Oof, that was pretty good. Oh, Cena does care about the fans. Yeah, he's caring about the response now. Better than Sting and Story. It's funny because you did mention the tan, and here we are now. Yeah. I guess Cody turned those boos into some cheers. Still, the crowd is not great tonight. You know, the crowd is still not as electric or loud as it should be. Yeah. Cena looks disgusted.
They don't know what they want, and Cody, on Sunday to beat you, I don't have to wrestle.
What? That was easy, wasn't it? Wait, Cody. Well, I guess classic rule of true right there, that if you go down on the go-home show, you're definitely winning on the pay-per-view. I guess that's what happened right here. Cena went down on the go-home, definitely winning pay-per-view. That's right. Cena is, I think this is a spoiler right here. Cena is winning WrestleMania's main event. He's defeating Cody Rhodes. And what do I say? I mean, that AA that Cena attempted was so slow, and it felt so easy. It was like almost predictable that Cody was going to counter. It was so slow. Wow. Okay, but with that being said, Cody Rhodes leaves the ring unharmed. John Cena down flat on the mat. Nice promo. Weird end to the segment, I feel. But yeah, Cody's losing for sure. Look, True said it. It's happening. Cody is losing. He's dropping the title without a shadow of doubt. But again, great promo, especially from Cena. He did great. Cody was okay as well. But weird ending to that segment. Really. Weird ending. But yeah, one thing is for certain. John Cena took shots at literally every other wrestler out there. First, I felt like there was some reference to Randy Orton, especially with the voices and everything. The 20 years. Randy also mentioned it, that it was 20 years for him this year at WrestleMania. John Cena also mentioned that this is going to be his 20th WrestleMania, so that was that. Then he talked about the voices and the voices in your head and stuff. That was definitely, I felt, a reference to Orton. Then he talked about, wrestling retirement is not real. People always come back for the money, come back, whatnot. The fans, I felt like that was maybe a dig at Punk. So I feel like this kind of tells you the path that he's going to go down. Definitely going to be meeting Punk in the future. 100% meeting Orton in the future. Backlash's poster actually features Orton quite prominently. So I'm intrigued. Let's see where this goes down. But John Cena is definitely defeating Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I'm sorry, Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. That's for certain. That's for certain. With that being said, SmackDown is officially off the air now. We're full speed ahead. Hall of Fame is up next an hour later. And of course, tomorrow is NXT Stand and Deliver, followed by WrestleMania Night 1. I got to thank everybody for joining me today. It was great watching SmackDown, the WrestleMania Go Home show with all of you. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, we're going to be here for Stand and Deliver and, of course, WrestleMania. I hope everybody has a good night. And I know that the Hall of Fame is going to be at 1 a.m. EST, 10 p.m. PST. So for those watching, I hope you enjoy it. We got True Singh, nickname it, disproved the Cena can't wrestle stories. Thank you for that, bro, man. Thank you. See ya so much. Thank you so much, bro, man. Thank you so much, my brother True. Thank you so much. What if Brock is Randy's opponent? I would love it. I would flip out. I mean, I would just... What do I even say? I would absolutely go crazy if Brock turns out to be John Cena's opponent. It would be great. It would be beautiful. It'd be fantastic. Let's do this. If Brock Lesnar shows up at WrestleMania, if he turns out to be John Cena's Randy Orton's mystery opponent, then I'm gonna do 2 Netflix giveaways where I'm gonna give away a month-long subscription of Netflix to 2 people, random winners during the Watchalong. If Brock Lesnar shows up at WrestleMania, let's just say that. Once again, thank you so much, guys. It's official. We're gonna do that. Yeah. Thank you once again, True. Thank you so much, Broman. Thank you, Andy. Thanks, Ricky. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Great show. Great promo towards the end of it. The ending of the segment still feels a little bit slow, weird to me. I mean, Cena gave Cody a lot of chance to counter that. A little bit weird, but that's okay. The match, hopefully, it's going to be better than that. Again, Brock Lesnar showing up. I hope so. And if he does, 2 Netflix giveaways from me. Thank you so much, True. Thanks, everybody. I hope you all have a good night. Sleep well. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow for Stand and Deliver, of course, WrestleMania. Much love. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a good night, guys. See ya.